I've not used this before, so I'm just trying it out.
Hey, we're live. How are you, fellas? We're talking RonCon and Joefest today. In a frantic panic, in the one and whatever minute it took for that intro to go, I was like, oh, RonCon shirt. I think I know what that is. So I quickly went into the bag and started rummaging through the shirts I had. Quickly threw it over the top, sat down. Whew. How are you, fellas?
You're in the laundry basket sniffing. Is this good?
Yeah, is this one good? Is this my son's? It's tighter than I thought it was.
I actually wore it out for my haircut 2 days ago, and like the hairdresser she was like, "What is that?"
Oh, nice.
I have to.
Great.
Like, you have 3 hours.
So I gotta do a little adjustment here.
How long does it take to cut hair? It'll take me 3 hours to get this all sorted out. That's the thing. Living in a remote area right now is it's not doesn't fill me with a lot of opportunity to trim up. So I get whenever I am in town, the barber looks at me and goes, "All right." I'm not like, I hope you really do have 3 hours.
That's better.
All right, well, Gazz, we have some spectacular guests today. Not only do we have Heroic Nonsense, which is a great channel to go check out. I will put the links in the description. Fantastic channel, Heroic Nonsense. I think I found you, it's got to be, what is it, nearly a year now? How long have you been on YouTube for?
A year, yeah.
It's so good. Great stuff. G.I. Joe, Transformers, Disney. I think there was a Disney, or was it?
Universal.
Universal. We'll clip that later. And Universal is what I meant the first time, and that's exactly what I meant. Yeah. We're gonna edit that bit out. So it's a fun channel, and he also did help me out with the Sergeant Slaughter Cup video. So always happy to collaborate with buddies. And then we've got the best podcast powered by fandom, and in words, fandom power podcast. All great, and I think Gazz is repping some of that stuff.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Beard, of course.
Fandom Chi-Chi.
Beard Chi-Chi.
I want to give a shout out to Space Commander real quick, who's still unwell. We hope for a speedy recovery. At this point in our lives, we just hope for the ability to get up. So get well, Space Commander. We miss you, buddy. We also lost Hulk Hogan, which is crazy, and obviously Ozzy Osbourne as well. Oh, weird days.
Yes, thank you, Chuck Mango. Yeah.
Oh, true.
And also,
I can't keep up with all of it now.
What's his name from Cosby Show?
Malcolm Jamal.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's
Jamal.
great.
Michael Mazda not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening? Speaking of what's happening, Spoonkiller's here. Here's what's happening. What is this piece of lovely goodness? Spoonkiller, big supporter of RonCon. I also want to give a happy birthday to Cobra Lang. It was his birthday midweek, and he's having a birthday weekend celebration. So, happy birthday, Stephen Hall. Hey all, my buddy Nate, the Retro Tinker, saying good morning to all, and to all. Right on time, Pericles. Pericles is never late. We know that.
Arriving precisely.
Stephen
when we need
Sheets is
to.
in the house.
Hey, Steve.
Good to see you, bud. Joe Hunter 73, who I know for a fact has more than 73 Joes now.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, rip Aussie. All the legends. Tell you what, when we hit that afterlife, we're going to be surrounded by some cool dudes.
Yeah, that hit hard. That Aussie loss. That was a shock to hear.
Reminded me of Ultimate Warrior's final appearance. You know, he made that appearance and then he passed. And with Aussie, he gave a final send off to his family and friends and fans alike, and then said, "All right, I've done what I needed to do in this world. I'll catch you later." What a way to go! What a send off!
Yeah.
Right? If we could only be so lucky to have an epic send off like that.
He went off the painkillers, eh?
Oh, that's right.
That
Yeah.
He would be fully lucid for the concert, and then they ended up raising some crazy amount for.
Yeah, it's now the most the highest grossing charity concert in history.
Wow.
And it's not
That's
done
cool.
because they're doing a video release of it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that'd be cool. Very cool. All right, so we're talking RonCon and we're talking Joefest. Now, no, we have, and a shout out to my buddy Adam. We've had a bit of a conversation about it on Adam's channel when it was new and fresh, but it was such a fun time I wanted to talk about it again. Those that don't know, RonCon happened in June, and it was an amazing event where we all got together. I think I'll concentrate our conversation on day one of RonCon and before we transition over to Joefest, because 90% of the people in this room were there for day one. Gazz was there in spirit.
Yeah.
Gazz was there in spirit, and did get a RonCon shirt that he was able to rep later.
It's in the laundry technically.
He also got up and gave it the sniff test.
It did so good.
It did not pass.
It did not pass. Sorry.
So we all caught up at Adam's place. It was Adam's kids, my son, everyone in this room except for Gazz, but Gazz in spirit, and Corey Corbelang, and obviously Adam. Adam did 100% of the driving for me, for RonCon, and for Joefest. So shout out to I'm a passenger princess, so I didn't do any of the driving. Although I did jump in the car with heroic nonsense for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we got to chat. We had so many people, so many cars. It was a legitimate convoy to kick off RonCon, which I thought was great.
It was a wrong.
The Ron Convoy. Genius. What?
You know what I liked about that? What I liked about that was we had Adam up front with the GPS, and so we blindly followed him, even when it was wrong.
We did off-roading too, as I recall.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah. So Adam's actually. So I found this out from Joefest 2 years ago, where it's not him that's lost. His GPS will literally take you anywhere but the place you want to go. And I don't want to harp on it too much, but 2 years ago I desperately needed to find somewhere, and he was taking us the longest way possible to get there. So it was.
It's YouTube. What was it? Not YouTube. Yahoo Maps. Do you remember that?
Maybe Gaggle. It was Gaggle Maps.
Me and my brother, we were driving to the Meadowlands. We were going to see a soccer match. And we used Yahoo Maps, to get us there. And I think it was Yahoo Maps. Anyways, and we ended up in a business park across the marsh from the stadium, dead end road, looking at the stadium. Like, that's where it brought us.
Oh dear.
Totally Taylor Retro Hunters. Hey guys, how y'all going? We just started, Dino. So we all caught up at Adam's, which was a surreal event. And I'll say this, it was like catching up with old friends, not for the first time, even though it was, it was like everyone's getting hugs. There was an element of excitement when you're at a birthday party as a kid and you're waiting for the kids to show up. There's an element of that to it. Trying to explain to my son who all these cool dudes are that are showing up. It's like, guys, you don't understand, right? Heroic nonsense. Podcasts. From the Phantom Power podcast from the pit, though, a very good show. All of these guys, and he's like, and then when he got the RonCon shirts, who supplied by Phantom Power, they brought them along. It was like a big box of swag. It's like, here, take this, And then Adam gave us the lanyards to go with it, which was great. Phil's here. Morning, fellas. Morning to you, Phil. The real treasure. So my son was handed one of these shirts, and on the back of the shirts, hang on. Oh, I can't really see. I can't turn around that much. On the back of the shirts is all our logos. And my son says, "What, do you expect me to wear a T-shirt with my dad's face on it?"
Yes, son.
Yes, we do.
Tell him that it's better to do it this year, because next year it's going to be all of our asses on it.
That's right. Yeah, that's a whole different kind of con.
Are we
that's the RonCon.
50th anniversary next year, or are we just gonna start?
You might as well jump to 20. Just jump up to the 50th.
Does it really confuse people?
Yeah, jump up. Yeah, I think. It could be 25th the 2nd.
Right.
25th the 2nd.
Spinal Tap. What's the new Spinal Tap?
This
is the end.
The end continues.
Yeah.
Again.
The end continues or something. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Spinal Tap thing. There we go.
Our first farewell tour. So yeah, it was exciting to get everyone there. By the time everyone showed up, we were. I think we spent more time than we intended to hanging out at Adam's house before we was like, oh, we gotta go places. Yeah, so that's right. This is it. One Ron year is 7 regular years.
Right.
I remember looking at Adam, because Adam's wife was such a gracious host, and she's like, "Do you guys want coffee?" And I'm like, "I'll take coffee." And next thing I know, I'm like sipping away, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, are we not on the clock?" And I look at Adam, and he's like, "We don't have to be anywhere, buddy."
That's right.
With my GPS.
Yeah, yeah. Which I think he was still probably trying to update his GPS at this. Like, just wait a sec.
According to my GPS, we don't have to be anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh man,
we're a little late, so I take responsibility for that.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
It all worked out.
Yeah. So we have a group shot. I should have put it up on stream. Yeah, but yeah, we don't do slides on shoot the shit. So
go up in the recap video.
Yeah, we still have to do our stuff.
It's about halfway done.
Perfect. Well, we'll check that out when that happens. We'll check that out one time. So we've got the big group photo that we did before we left, which was a great idea. I didn't think of it, but it was a great idea. And that's now my Facebook banner picture. I've got everybody up there on Facebook for where all the old people go now. It used to be a young hangout, but that's where all us oldies go. That, and I think Instagram is starting to go that way too.
Yeah.
Not really great with socials, but
I got kicked off Instagram for some reason.
Oh dear.
Yes.
They said I was a business, and I didn't register myself as a business or something like that. There's nothing you can do about it. Once that happens, there's no way to get your channel back or whatever it's called on Instagram. So
just register to a new email. Can't you do that? Get another account?
I was like, that's it. You don't want me? I don't want you.
No, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they're all meta, or they're both meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
I think it's personal. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
You personally are like, we don't want you here.
We don't want.
Which is crazy because we love having you here.
We don't want your heroic nonsense on this platform.
Such heroic nonsense.
Rolando's here. How are you, buddy? Now known as Rolando Utah Toy Hunter. So if you're in the Utah area, be careful. He's on the hunt. Anywhere else, you're safe. Utah, though, that's Rolando's territory. Stay out.
Is in Utah.
So it was an epic convoy. We went to the 400 market, I believe it was called. This is why. So it was a longer drive than I expected, but I have a feeling that was because of the way Adam's map was taking us.
100%.
It was way longer than it needed to be, and Ari, you were taking your own car, which I thought was maybe because you were like, you know what, if these guys are weird, I'm just gonna bounce. Right?
I was like, I gotta ease myself into everything, and no, I just figured it's good to have a little bit of extra convoy looking, authority to us.
Phantom Power. Whose truck? Oh, not truck. Whose bus was it that you were?
That was Andy's.
Yep.
Andy's bus.
It was kind of funny because I think it was sort of like everybody was looking around the room like it was like gym class, like don't get picked last.
Right.
And poor
I'll take
Corey,
you
who
and
doesn't
you,
know,
eh?
we didn't know Corey prior to RonCon, and so it's like, well, I guess Corey, there's no more seats, so guess where you're going? Get in the van. And we just had the best day.
Yeah.
Just chewing the fat and just getting to know each other as we were tooling around chasing Adam.
Mm-hmm.
We had a great time.
It was a great. I ended up jumping in the car, like I said, with Ari for the shorter duration of the trips. I would have felt a bit guilty if I just lumped my son in the back with Adam and then just was like, all right, you have the kids. I'm gonna see you later.
Have some fun tonight.
Yeah, this is Daddy's time to shine now. But we got to the 400 market, which I'd never been to somewhere like that before. There was some stuff on the outside. Some guy had a table filled with Hot Wheels cars, and we all gravitated towards that. Just having a look. I don't collect Hot Wheels, but I can appreciate them. So there were some cool ones. I was looking for some Batmobiles for Phil. Didn't find any that didn't already have. So they, there they were.
Is that where you saw the Megaforce Destroyer?
No,
Yeah, so
that was in the same building.
it was in the
But yeah, it was
inside.
Yeah.
Actually, it was the second building, I believe, not the Barry 400.
No, you're right. It was the second building.
The antique market though, but
Yeah.
that was attached to
It was attached
in the back side. Yeah,
But we
in the
had
back
one
half.
and back
That's
in,
true.
right?
It was in that same lot. That whole huge lot.
You did not
It
have
was
to leave
that
the parking
tiny
lot.
thing was in that huge lot.
Yeah.
That's what she said. So there was nothing really too exciting on the outside. There was some toys here and there, some cards, some CDs. So if your kids don't know, that's what we used to have before cassette tapes, and then before records.
There was a He-Man
And then we got
sword.
inside. What's that?
Oh no, you're talking about outside. You're right. That's right.
Yeah, outside.
Yeah.
I think I also saw some of the, what were they called? Skylanders, that old video game that kids used to play. I saw those out there. Those things used to go for big money.
Is that
Now
those
they
like
just
action, they're like not action figures, they're like little statuettes that you
Yeah,
plug
yeah.
into the, all right, yeah, I remember that.
So what gets me about outside markets is that all of those things are sitting in the heat of the sun, and it just does my head in.
Yeah.
It's like, I know, it's just like, I know that it's just stuff, but it's still, I'm not going to slap money down necessarily if it's been sitting in the sun for, I don't know how long they've been trying to sell it for. But we did get to go inside, and that's when my whole world opened up. And we found out that everything that Ari ever owned was in just about all of these locations we went to. So we have a feeling that Ari's parents just dropped all of his possessions at this place.
Right, I haven't
And
seen
he goes,
this in
I
a while.
have this.
You're right.
I had this exact one.
Penguins underneath it.
Yeah, scratched out.
grade 1 writing.
Yeah, backwards R's.
Yeah.
But it was not set up so a traditional, and I've never seen anything like that here in Australia. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I just haven't been there. So for me, this was an interesting and exciting area where it was like everyone had their own little setup, and everything was worth stopping and looking at. There was at least one or two things worth looking at every single location, except for maybe the food part, which looks suspicious in this area. Now, I think was it the first place?
Was it vintage food? Is that why?
Maybe, yeah. I just don't think I was willing to risk food after
Authentic
Joefest
McDonald's
last time.
hamburger from 1985.
With the toy, yeah.
Someone would pay money for that.
Probably
Still
would. Yeah.
in
It
the
probably would
styrofoam
still be
container.
around. It wouldn't have degraded at all. So
Yeah.
Now, did anyone pick up anything from the first location?
I did.
I did.
I did. Well, if you give me a second, I can probably grab it right off the shelf here. Hold on a second.
I can't. So
Okay.
I tell you, I got a Astral Doctor Strange Marvel Legends.
That's right. It's a very pearlescent toy, but it's if it's the one I'm thinking of. But it's a cool looking. Like if you got Doctor Strange, you have to have an astral projection version of it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like Jazz, not Jazz, Mirage.
Mirage, yeah.
Real one, and then recently they started making the plastic ones, the clear ones.
That's cool. G-Force Racing's here, giving everyone a shout out.
It's still here. We're still on.
The Mirage,
Okay. Hang on a second.
where the blocks were around him. Remember how like he used to
Oh yeah, right.
Right, yeah.
I am I'm a mostly a modern action figure collector. And you guys all remember Masters of the Universe Classics?
Yeah.
The subscription line. I was an all-in subscriber from like 2008 when the line started all the way up to like around 2015, and then I dropped it. So I was very excited to find a couple of guys to fill some holes. Hold on, where are we going here? Focus.
Wow.
To fill some holes in my collection. So I got Laser Power He-Man.
Nice.
And couldn't be without his companion there, Laser Light Skeletor. So I was pretty happy to pick up those.
I don't remember picking those up. We must have split up.
We did. Yeah, we did. We got we almost got waylaid, I think.
Yeah.
Because guy wouldn't stop talking.
He wouldn't. He like blocked the entrance.
You will buy this.
Yeah.
You shall not pass.
By the time we caught up with you guys, I believe Corey had just made his first big purchase of RonCon.
Corey was just getting the power.
Yeah.
That was a big purchase. Speaking of He-Man, did you guys see the just a side quest? But did you see the Megatron Skeletor? That
Yes, I did see it.
I'm angry. I am just I'm angry in a bad way because I'm just tired of being treated like I'm a brainless consumer who will buy anything because I won't. I'll buy a lot.
Oh, you don't have to be angry, Wes. You just don't got to buy it.
And I'm not going to.
Voting with your money.
Well, I like the look of them. I'm not going to buy them either, but I think Man-at-Arms in particular looks like a version of Pretender Bumblebee.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I'm not going to buy it, but I kind of like it. And I like Man-at-Arms anyway. Bumblebee, I don't mind either way.
I'm not a big fan of mashups that don't make sense. I actually thought that Masters and Thundercats was a natural. I thought they would go great together. And then they did it, and I saw them, and I'm like, that doesn't work as well as I thought it would.
Yeah.
But this one, at least those, like I can construe or contrive that Third Earth and Eternia are in the same universe. That's fine. I just cannot get behind, and I said this to Adam, I can't get behind Masters of the Universe and Transformers unless it's Rio Blast who's rocking Megatron's fusion cannon.
Yes. Yeah. That's a shout out to our Dungeons and Dragons Motu theme.
DM Dan, who worked his butt off to put that together for us.
I did a great job. Yeah, that was a fun time.
Mashups.
Oh, I know. That's another one.
Oh, is that the Grimlock?
Yes, nice.
The Grimlock one, right?
Grimlock Godzilla.
It's technically Megatron Godzilla, but to me it's going to be Grimlock.
But it's Grimlock's SS86 one, right?
Yeah, it is. But they gave him. Hold on. I to this day I still can't transform a Transformer. It doesn't matter.
It's okay. It's just not your thing, guys.
There's some weird ones going on. They just did another one too, because now Hasbro and Mattel have got that deal for Hot Wheels.
I just pre-ordered it.
The Hot Wheels?
As soon as it came out tonight.
Yeah.
Hang on, guys. Let me solve this so I can get a good look at Megatron's mug.
Oh, he looks
so
good.
That's Megatron's mug.
That's not bad.
Now, my thought process is I'm going to take this off and get a Grimlock head and put it on there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Grimlock. Because no matter what, it's Grimlock.
Well, you can get it from, they just released the G2 Grimlock, so you can grab that and get his head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could.
Well, then we'll do that.
Too true.
Because he doesn't come with Megatron's fusion cannon. He comes with Grimlock's...
His blaster?
Right.
Yeah, it comes with Grimlock's blaster.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well, and so...
Well, they should have just made it a Godzilla shaped head for the regular.
So to me, this is Godzilla Prime. So move over, Optimus, Rodimus. Out of here. He's now leader of the Autobots. And you don't need those you don't need those combiner ones, like Devastator or Omega Supreme, because this dude is a kaiju.
Right.
Exactly.
I was going to say that Hot Wheels thing, like when they put out the preview shots for, what was it, Twincast that they're doing?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm like, Hasbro owns GoBots. Why? This would be the perfect time to flex the GoBot license and put out GoBots, transforming GoBot. Like, come on!
I tell you, I know that they're listening. Hasbro, if you do GoBots, I'm all in.
64 scale, just like they used to be.
I'm all in.
Yep.
But no, they got to put out another. What did they do? They just reused the most recent Mirage mold to put out Crasher as a deluxe. That's crap.
I saw that, and I was like,
I thought it looked okay. I've never held that mold before, but I thought I thought they executed it. No, okay.
No, it's a terrible one to transform.
She's a Porsche.
Head sculpt is good. Colors are good.
Yeah.
It's just it's a Crasher. She's not an F1 car.
She's a Porsche.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
You hear me, Hasbro? Porsche.
Yeah, bring back diecast. So Ari, I actually couldn't transform my cup properly, and I went back to your instructions. I was like, oh, that's what I did wrong. I didn't realize that the wrists actually pivot down. I was like, I couldn't get them in.
Like, you have to watch your own video to figure out how to transform the toy.
Exactly.
I only transformed Cup once, and I put him back into robot mode.
Yeah. Actually, mine's in. I'll see if I can get it on screen. Pew. Mine's in triple T mode.
That was
Slimer in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
It looks like the original. Like they did a great job on the.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
My
if you want to see our opinions on it, you can check out Ari and my collaboration featuring Sergeant Slaughter and our mate Nate. Also on the back end, getting 3 Sergeant Slaughters to give me grief to get my video done. Ari had sent his portion of that video in record time, and I just sat there ahhing and umming about it. I think for maybe 3 months, maybe. That was like a while.
Well, I was like, I can't disappoint Xaz, so I was like, okay, when do you want it? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to probably put it up this weekend. So I was like, I was right on it. And then one weekend goes by, another weekend goes by. I'll let him take his time. Let him enjoy figuring out how to transform it first.
That's funny because I just put out an invite today for a live stream, and I sent an invite to Xaz, and I gave him a month's worth of dates to pick from.
Pick one of these.
Yeah, it's tricky because your Sunday is my Monday, and I ordinarily work Monday. So I'm gonna put in for a day off so that we can do that one. Just gotta figure out which one you guys can slot me in for.
Perfect. I'm just waiting for a couple more returns. That he's one of them. And Ari, I meant to reach out to you as well. If you want to be part of that, I'll send you over. I got a little questionnaire I'm sending everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you said don't make it too much of a long list. Like, don't make it a. And I came back. I was like, am I giving you too much information?
The passion came through, my friend.
Oh, good. Spoonkiller wants more Mega Bloks G.I. Joes. Those were awesome. Yeah, I didn't mind them. I thought that some of the Transformer ones, where I think were those Mega Bloks? No, who were those? The ones that were sort of like you could.
They were Creo. That was Hasbro's shot.
Creo, yeah.
Can I tell you guys the best thing right now that we're collecting with my boys that I actually love, but I wouldn't have bought if I didn't buy it for the kids is the Transformers blockies. Those
seen some reviews on.
I have a box here. I have all of them are upstairs, but these things.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite so far?
Fun. They're incredibly fun, not only to build but just to collect. They're great little toys. So if you ever see any in the wild, try one and you'll get addicted. They're tons of fun.
Have you got a favorite one so far?
So they're doing them from all the different lines. So like everywhere. So like there's a bunch that I like. They did Tarn, which I think is an awesome one. They also do like limited, like they're blind boxes. So you can get 1 out of the 10 is like a special edition, and it's all chrome. So there's a
Oh,
Shockwave
nice.
one that we got that looks amazing. They did the Dinobots. They're doing the Insecticons now. They've got the Seeker. I mean, they're all great. They just did from the IDW run when Megatron becomes an Autobot. So they have Megatron as an Autobot with that design. It's honestly an amazing line. So
because they're doing Devastator as well, right? All to be able to combine.
And that's the thing. There's all these different. It's like the ones we're getting right now in Canada is like one group of them, but now they finally released another mini version. So they have these minier versions, which are tons of fun too. But yeah, like I think there's like a whole different group of lines that you can get as well, like from Blockies that we haven't seen in Canada yet. And I think that's the one where you can combine Devastator. Like I think it might just be in Japan, or I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll have a look next time I'm bugging Phil.
Yeah,
see if I can find something. Yeah, I'll check it out one time.
I mean, you guys can Grimlock. Just let me know.
Well, they're blind, so you don't know. So if you find it, if you get one, and
I was at a store. I was at a store and they had the blind boxes, these Transformers, and I'm looking at it and I see that Grimlock's one of them. I look at the guy behind the counters. If there's a Grimlock in one of these, I'll take it. That's what I said.
He's like, get out of here, kid.
I'm not a fan of blind box anything.
You gotta find a code.
No,
I didn't mind.
You can find a code.
Right, I just mind the Lego minifigures when you could feel through the bags and figure out which one you wanted.
No, there was
Spoonkiller's not for it either. He's like, I wish they wouldn't make these blind boxes. Just make toys for kids, not just to extract as much as possible from collectors. I think it's also, yes, for the collector part, but it's also, if you don't get the one you want, you're going to bug your parents as a kid. You're going to bug your parents, can I get another one? Or I have 2 of these now. But you can kind of trade them with your friends if they're collecting it too. But G1 Transformers, that's obviously for our age. So
I gotta say, my boys love it. They love the blind boxes. I think kids enjoy it. But the good thing about this is you can recombine them. So what I've been making them do, because you can build them and then pull them apart, they've been making all these different versions of like random new Transformers.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can do a lot with them actually. So we found a way to use most of the doubles or triples we've gotten. But
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Got to teach kids to gamble somehow. Yeah, that's one way to do it. In Japan, they've also got those gacha machines. They got me. I kept putting more and more yen into them. And now I have bags and bags filled with G.I. Joe scale stuff that I don't even need. Like I've got a record, a giant stereo record that lights up that I have Destro standing next to because I feel like he would be listening to vinyl. But yeah, it's just all crazy stuff.
What do you think Destro would listen to? What kind of music do you think he would listen to?
Heavy metal.
He's a classical guy.
He would be listening to Highland. He'd be listening to the pipes and drums. That's what he'd be listening to.
You think so? I think he's more of a soft rock.
He'd be listening to early AC/DC with some bagpipes.
I think he's
soft
like
rock. I could see him doing soft rock.
I think he's like a
Chicago.
70s soft rock.
Yes. Kind of stuff.
Just chilling out the REO Speedwagon.
I can see that. Speaking of music, we actually at the end of the day we all hung out, had a couple of beers, and we talked Metallica and Guns N' Roses, and what was originally just a casual conversation about music we liked turned into, if we were going to combine Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, which songs are we going to keep and which ones we're going to drop? And so between Ari and I, we had Use Your Illusion 1 playlist, Use Your Illusion 2 playlist on each other's phones, and we're just going through one for one which ones we were going to keep, which ones we were going to drop. Some of them were harder to drop than others, and some were easy to get rid of. But we had so much fun doing Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 that we spent even more time doing it with Metallica's Load and Reload, which, that was a highlight for me.
Andy, when we got home, we talked about it, and he sent me over the list because you've got like a memory for it that I don't have, but we have a record of the songs, and so I haven't done it yet.
Wasn't the final one Reload?
Oh, that's
Your Illusion?
awesome.
Yeah, it was RonCon Reload Your Illusion, the playlist, and it is all of the songs that we decided. So that being said, between now and next year, before the next RonCon, every time we talk about music, somebody's going to mention some song or something, and that's going on the 2026 playlist.
That's
perfect.
That's what's going to happen.
So we're hoping Gaz will be able to traverse for the next RonCon, which was going to be bi-yearly, but it's looking as if I can make it again for next year. Ooh. So we're hoping RonCon 30th anniversary will be next year, or whatever it is that we decide to do.
32nd anniversary.
20.
It'll be the 50-second. 50-second. We'll just switch over the 2 and the 5. 50-second.
Right.
No, man, it's like 125.
Oh, even better.
Anniversary.
And then you can put under it, the longest running con out there.
Yeah, the long con.
The long con.
It's like a double entendre right there in itself.
And I managed to collect so many beers by the end of that night because nobody took them home. And I was like, and Adam doesn't drink. I was like, well, I'm taking these back, So I took them back to my my little place that I was staying at, just around the corner from Adam's.
I was all excited because I'm like, Xazel's coming to Canada. We've never met each other. And I knew that Adam didn't drink. So I'm like, I'm going to be like a good buddy, and I'm going to get some beers. And you know what's the biggest boom in Ontario right now? Craft brew. And it's like, Xazel's like, don't get any fucking microbrew. Like, what?
I don't do that.
Well, you know what? To be fair, though, I may have enjoyed it. Maybe it's just ours that are no good. You'll be able to tell us, and Nate, you'll be able to tell us as well. A couple of Aussies are here. I have yet to try an Aussie craft beer that doesn't taste like skunk. It's just awful stuff. I've not tasted one good microbrewery beer, craft beer. I'm no beer connoisseur. I just want to be able to drink a beer that I like. And poor Phil, when we went out, he took me, when I went to Japan the first time, he took me to a bar. It was a bar in Japan that was Irish themed, but named English. Like it was clearly an Irish bar, but they claimed it was an English bar. But it's clearly Irish. Baseball playing on the TV. Like it was a wild experience. Japanese service, which was impeccable. But he said, here's a uh-oh. But he's like, have this, try this one. I was like, okay. And then after the first one, he goes, do you want another beer? I said, are we going to have a good one? So we ended up having some good beer after that, thankfully. And then we transitioned over to gin and tonics, but they had them in pints, which was, they come in pints, I'm getting one. And then poor Phil broke a leg. So, well, he didn't break a leg, but he definitely busted his ankle. And that's what you get for bringing me a bad beer. So, Wes, you saved yourself an ankle injury, buddy.
I was, when I went looking for beer for that night, I wanted to find the Trooper beer, the Maiden.
Oh, yeah,
beer.
yeah.
But I don't think they sell it anymore in Canada. I know that I think they stopped.
Made. Oh, maybe it's not. No, it's the Megadeth one that's made in Quebec.
Yeah, the Megadeth one. So then I was looking for the Megadeth one, but the Megadeth one, Tout Le Monde.
Yeah, at Tout Le Monde, it's made by Maudit.
Oh, is that who makes it? Maudit? Yeah, that
Maudit,
makes sense. Yeah. But anyway, they couldn't find either, so we had to go basic for sake. So
I'm not.
Well, I am a basic bitch.
Though. Like you, Ari, you brought one of my favorites. You brought what?
Yeah.
Corona.
Yeah.
And then I
like Corona.
Some, Stella Artois.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good too. Nate's had some excellent craft beers. So either I can't trust his judgment, or I've just had the awful beer. Yeah. Are there skunks in Australia? No, but there are skunky beers.
You're getting all the bad.
Where are we going?
Eventually, you'll find
Lilith is a cider person. So okay, Irish cider is the best. Fair enough. It's all fruit. So anyway, I did pick up from the first location. I did pick up a Sarge, which was great. I haggled the price a little. The guy that I think you knew him, Wes.
Oh yeah, the guy that kept us that trapped Andy and I in his booth. was a guy that I oh, look at that, I got the thumbs up again. Was a guy that I had bought stuff from at a toy show in years past, and I remembered him. He did not remember me. That's fine, but that got us.
He was just playing it cool. He knew who you were.
That got us
He's like,
talking.
I'm not
about
going to
the
get all
business.
nervous around him today. Like, I just want to sell him some toys. I don't want to get sweaty.
Yeah.
You got an Imperial Trooper, did you not?
Who?
Sazel.
No. Wait. What? Adam did, right?
Was it Adam that got that one?
Probably.
Yeah.
Was that?
I didn't get any Star Wars.
Was that the one where it was like right at the beginning? Like you had a nice, like you have to go inside the kind of little. Yeah, I like that one. That was my favorite one out of all of them. I think.
That's where
I agree.
That's where I got He-Man and Skeletor.
Yeah, floor to ceiling, and it was definitely packed.
I talked to him though afterwards, and he'd said, because I asked him about like what it was like working at the flea market, and he's like, "Well, this is actually 4 booths combined into one big booth," and I'm like, "Oh, no wonder."
Right.
Yeah, it felt like that.
If they did have a Sarge, it was outside, and I could see from outside on his glass cabinets, I could see Ari through a gap, and I was like, "Hey!" He's like, "Huh?" It's like they got a Sarge over here. I was so pumped. I had to let him know. But I got a good deal for it. I think I got a good deal for it. It came with the file card, which was great. There was actually a few occasions where people had marked up Sarges at Joefest with the file card in it, and they're like, "But it comes with a file card." I said, "You can have the file card. Keep that. Bring out the GIMP."
All right.
That same place had a cardboard cutout or a standee of Sheldon, and my son legitimately thought, "How can I get this home?" And I was like, "No, you would need a whole other seat." Yeah, that's right. But I think the win of the day was definitely Corey, who got the He-Man Power Sword, and he spent all of maybe 3 seconds deciding if he was going to buy it. He held it in his hand. He held it aloft, and then he went, "I have it now. It's mine. I have the power.
I have the money."
Yeah, he definitely had that. And he's like, "Do you want it for a box?" He goes, No, I'll hold it."
We had just gotten back to you guys at the moment that Corey was literally swinging it.
Yeah,
I got it on film. The guy ducking out of the way. Like,
He nicked a few people on the way out.
Yeah, he was. Corey was. He was wielding it, and at the end of his latest video, he was also wearing his RonCon shirt. So
Nice.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, he had the money. I don't know how much it costs, but I don't think his wife does either. So
Look at
What does it matter
if
it brings happiness and joy to his life? What does it matter?
no, it was such a cool find. They had a bunch of other ones. They had the Thundercat sword. They had a couple of ninja swords.
Did they have the Highlander one? I feel like they had.
I think they did.
Yeah,
I
right.
think they did. It sounds familiar. Did he turn into an 80s bodybuilder? No, but he
in a loincloth.
Yeah, he was definitely in a hairy loincloth, which is a sight to see. I hope it was a loincloth. Yeah, just don't pull it out at customs. Right. Well, lucky he was living in Canada, so he's all the cool kids come from Canada.
I
Could you
can't believe
imagine
how
going through
far he
customs with that?
drove.
Oh yeah, he drove. Yeah, he
Like
drove
from
far.
Fort Erie to where we were. Like that's not like I'll be there in half an hour. It's like, okay, I got to plan this out.
And he still made it before I did.
Yeah. 3-hour drive and he made it on time.
20 minutes versus 3 hours. Who's gonna be late?
I didn't see a Voltron sword, but that would be cool. That'd be a cool one to have.
That's an interesting question. If you could only have one sword for all like
one fantasy sword,
one of our fantasy swords.
Mm.
What sword would it be? Would you have He-Man's sword? Would you carry Voltron's sword, or would you have Joe Armstrong's sword from American Ninja?
Can it be any?
Do any of these swords come with the power?
Well, I mean, like, all right, if you get Shokuzagi's like little ninjutsu sword, you turn into a ninja. If you get Joe Armstrong's ninja
See,
sword,
buddy?
you turn into that ninja. So if you get Voltron sword, you turn into Voltron. How about that? All right?
Okay, I got it. All
We'll do the
right.
Voltron then.
Hold on,
That's
let's
the
get
end.
to that.
So
I
what do
think
you got? What do you got? What do
Great
you got?
question. Who wants to go first?
Well, I actually pulled the trigger on a sword myself years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Got Connor McLeod's Highlander sword.
Connor
I
Nice.
don't know if the
McLeod.
power came with it, but I'm not ready to test it out yet.
I own a
So
few
we-
as well.
You shall be the
Should I
last.
pick one of the ones that I own?
With one.
Well, like, what would you get if you could take one?
So wait, we didn't answer the question. Does it come with the associated powers?
yeah,
Hey, Hans.
you get whatever. If you pick Storm Shadow's sword or
Yeah,
Snake Eyes, sword,
yeah.
you become Snake Eyes when you hold it aloft. And
Okay,
Snake
so-
Eyes
Gaz-
works.
Gaz, would you take Grimlock's sword?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know he'd come with one. Does it? Yeah, he does come with one, right?
What?
So-
Yeah, no. As
This
an
one-
ultimate Grimlock fan doesn't know if Grimlock comes
This
with a
one-
sword.
None of my Grimlocks have a sword except for the one that I put together myself.
No, but it's true.
Trust me.
The Studio Series first one didn't come with it.
No, it
it
did
came with Swoop Studio Series.
Yeah, so
So
That's
that's where the sword was.
madness.
Yeah.
Madness.
I have a few movie swords that I've collected over the years, but going with this line of thought, I would take, and that, don't get me wrong, maybe this isn't a good choice. It's a beautiful sword, like cinematic speaking, but I would pick Excalibur from Excalibur.
Right.
That is a beautiful
Nice.
freaking sword. That or the what's the? I don't think it has a name. The sword with the elf stone from Hawk the Slayer.
Oh,
I don't know, man. That's got like that bird
hand on it?
handle with the huge.
No, it's like
spear.
it's like a gloved human hand
Yeah.
holding an egg.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you become Hawk the Slayer.
yeah.
what's that
If
movie
you
with a
become Hawk the
sword?
Slayer, I want to be Crow the
Crow,
the elf.
moment.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think that's a move you could pull off, Gaz. I could see you doing that. Phil would pick Conan's. What was that cartoon where the sword was just a hilt and the blade was invisible?
Oh, that's Thundar, the Sunblade.
The Sunblade. Yeah, Thunder.
Cool. That one's pretty cool. What about does a lightsaber count?
Yeah, it's a sword.
Then you get the Force.
And then you get to choose any one of those guys
You
that
wanna be a
becomes-
Jedi or a
that
Sith?
owns that sword.
Gray.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
You
You could be
become a
Anakin, be
Jedi,
both
yeah,
Jedi and Sith. Then you get two lightsabers.
Ooh, I'm trying to.
This is a good question. Sword of Omens is another good pick. All right, we're gonna lock it down to one sword.
One
I
sword.
guess I'm gonna go. Oh, such a tricky one. Well, I mean, if you get He-Man, if you get the Power Sword, then you get to be He-Man, and you get to have Battle Cat, and you get to have the power to turn, the into the big He-Man and turn your cat into a big lion.
What if you don't have a
That
cat?
comes with. What's that?
What if you don't have a cat?
Well, whatever you pointed at, I guess. You can also have the power.
Battle parakeet.
He's looking at you, guys.
Battle parakeet.
All right. I'm either that.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, I don't know. Ari, who did you pick?
I mean,
All of us right now could be Dinobots.
I think when Gaz mentioned Storm Shadow, I think that was the one I would do. If I could become
Ninja?
Storm Shadow, I would go. I grew up loving ninja stuff, and Storm Shadow was always my favorite. I think I'd go Storm Shadow,
True.
but I wouldn't
Good
get
pick.
much power, so I'd be very like out of my league with you guys who are like all these super beings at this point.
Ha! I'm the king of England. Ha, ha, ha.
I'm immortal. I get to outlive you.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
if I take your head. Ha, ha, ha.
I would potentially go with Highlander too, though.
Which one? The katana or the clan?
I would go with
McLeod
I would
Claymore?
go with Duncan McLeod's,
Oh, Duncan.
Ooh, Duncan.
the TV show.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. That's a nice choice.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good question, and tougher than I thought it was going to be to try and narrow one down. I think Storm Shadow. He doesn't really have really an iconic looking sword though.
It's
But if you're gonna go and turn into your favorite character, that's the way to do it. I would just put a sword in Sergeant Slaughter's hand and go, I'd pick that sword. Then I can be the Sergeant.
I guess you could go with Usagi Ojimbo's sword and become a pissed off
true.
rabid samurai.
True. No one picked Leonardo, but he's the
Leonardo.
worst of the turtles.
What?
There's the toy. The toy itself. And I've said this a few times. If you look at the original Leonardo toy, his face sculpt looks like he's going to cry. Like it's almost like they've put his eyes on the wrong way around. It's just he's got the saddest eyes of any leader I've ever seen.
Did you see those crossovers that they're going to come out with Godzilla?
I think they look pretty good.
All those, yeah.
Again, you don't have to buy them, but I think they look pretty good.
is King Ghidorah. He's a bad guy.
Hans is absolutely right. Merman's sword does look like a cob of corn.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy Hans?
It's true. It's true.
So wait, guys, who did you choose?
I don't know. I
You
don't
came
know.
up with the question.
I know. I thought I had an answer, but I don't really. I guess.
Oh, that's right. I answered for you with Grimlock. Sorry.
You know what? I'm gonna go this way. Flash Gordon carried a sword, so I'll take Flash Gordon's sword. I'll become Flash.
That's a good one.
All right. Okay.
There
And
we
Zaz,
go.
did you narrow yours down, or are we going with Sergeant Slaughter with the sword?
No, I probably would have picked the power sword just so I could turn random animals into a battle or something.
You know, you
Yeah,
can
Battle
Battle
Roach.
Iguana.
you could
Yeah,
still
battle
pick,
iguana.
Zazel, you could still pick Sergeant Slaughter. He just goes over to Gung Ho in his Marine blues,
Hold on.
punches him
Right.
in the face, and takes the saber off
Well,
him.
doesn't he have his what do you call it? The
He's
stick.
got his
The
crop.
swagger stick.
The swagger stick
Yeah,
could be a sword.
That'll be your sword.
That
The
could be a
swagger
sword.
sword.
You just
Yeah.
knock people on the head.
When he held the swagger stick aloft, it's like I have the power, and he turns into
Maggots.
Sergeant
Maggots.
Slaughter.
Yeah, battle kangaroo.
Battle
Exactly.
kangaroo. Sweet.
Tricops does have a cool sword.
Yeah, isn't it? Is it the repaint of Fisto?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
mean,
right.
there's so many cool swords. I mean, like, just look at like Shokuzagi movies. Like
Yeah.
Mark for not Mark for
I
Death.
love those movies, by the way. Those were
the
the
one-
best.
The one where he has the metal, the Pray for Death. That's the name of the movie. He has a cool sword in
Yeah.
that one.
Every ninja movie from the 1980s had
Damn
swords at
right.
the end.
Oh wait, I got one. Okay, so if we're going swagger stick, I
Yeah.
know my answer now for sure. If we're expanding a sword into anything you can hold in your hand,
If you say Crow,
no, Ghost Rider, the chain.
Oh, yes.
Ghost Rider in a
Okay.
second.
the chain.
That would be cool. That would be cool. I actually just rewatched last week the first Ghost Rider movie, and let me tell you, does it hold up? But it was still enjoyable.
It's
The first transformation into Ghost Rider kind of reminded me of and not to the full extent, but kind of reminded me of the transformation of the Wolfman in American Werewolf in London. I thought it had that sort of same visceral, painful experience of it. And then after that, it was just like Ghost Rider,
Right.
human, Ghost Rider, human. But that first transformation I thought was very good. The movie, I thought when you get what's his name again? I just watched it last
Cowboy.
week.
Nicholas
The
Cage.
cowboy version. I thought that was cool.
Sam
Caretaker.
Neill. Sam Elliott. Yeah, Sam Neill.
That's
Right,
right.
that's right.
All the Sams.
Didn't we talk
Same
about,
guy.
We spoke about this, Hazel, right? When you were here, didn't we talk about Ghost Rider and these two Ghost Riders from the first movie? I feel like we.
I think we did have that. That might have been what put it in my brain to rewatch it again. We were talking about which one was also better, Dan Ketch or Johnny
Right.
Blaze,
Yeah.
and I think Dan Ketch is
Yeah,
definitely the cooler look
100%.
90s Ghost Rider. But he was still rolling around with the boys, like the Midnight Suns and that Johnny Blaze, just going by the name Blaze, which is cool. Just cool name to have. With the pump action that had the fire came out of, what do they call that? The Hellfire.
Shotgun, Hellfire, yeah.
So
And then there was Vengeance, right?
So
The purple Ghost.
Here's another question.
one. That was a
If
cool
you
one.
if you
I
become
haven't
Ghost
rewatched
Rider,
the second one yet.
if you become Ghost Rider, what's your vehicle of choice?
Oh, motorcycle. 100%.
Sergeant Slaughter.
Triple.
Triple
Sergeant
T.
Slaughter. You just become Sergeant Slaughter on fire.
Like this much fire. It's an edge look, but he pulls it
No,
off.
it's just a flaming campaign hat.
The hat, yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
swagger.
And flames in the glasses.
That's it.
It's funny nobody
Uh,
picked Blade's sword. Nobody wants a sword that's going to chop your
That's
own
gonna
hand
like
off.
slice your hands off. Yeah,
that's actually cool. Yeah.
Prima
What
Prime.
about Wolverine's sword that could kill anyone? What was that sword? It could decapitate Sabretooth and he'd be done.
Oh,
Is that from
is it Miramusha blade? Something
like that.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wolverine gets he gets a hold of it and chops Sabretooth's head off, right? So
it sounds like
is that like a Silver Samurai sword or something?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, there was an anime. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with this. It came it was just a couple of short videos, and then they had a couple of small stories in some of those like manga collection books. It was called Ogre Slayer. Have any of you guys ever heard of this before? Ogre Slayer?
I have not.
No.
So it's a child that was born to ogre, but it was in human form, and its horn was a sword, and the sword can kill any like mythical creature.
Okay, I like the idea of
walk around any battle stuff. It was kind of cool. That was a kind of cool sword.
That is cool.
Yeah.
The horn of an ogre as your sword.
It was a katana.
Well,
wasn't that
that
Conan
makes it
too?
cool.
Conan
too. What, the Destroyer?
Where they rip his horn off?
Oh, you mean Andre?
Was it Andre?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was Andre.
Really?
Yeah. Andre the Giant was the physical embodiment of the Gorgon monster in
thing.
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain had to help him fight it, right?
Wilt the still.
No shit.
Yep.
Crazy.
Well, knowing is half the battle. Oh, hang on, I've got something for that. Where is it? Here we are.
Because knowing is half the battle.
Space Commando.
Yeah, I had no idea that.
Yeah, I
that
feel
was on
better. I feel better all of a sudden.
there. Vindicated. Yeah, you taught me something. Yeah, I need to go back and that would be a fun watch. Just like check out every movie Andre the Giant's ever been in, or show.
Princess Bride.
There's more going on there than I think most people would know.
My Giant.
Bigfoot in $6 Million Man.
Yeah.
Right.
The first appearance of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Yeah.
And then there's the
So yeah, that'd be. Princess Bride is a great movie though.
But they won the peanut.
Yeah. But wow, it's like he was in the room with us.
Say it again.
Anybody want the peanut? I'm on the brute squad.
the Brute Squad.
You are the Brute Squad. Yeah.
If I'm scrolling through TikTok, like all the cool kids are, and I see that scene where the sword fight between
Inigo.
Yeah, and
by Roberts.
Yes, that one.
Hey,
Whenever that
Wesley.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Whenever that, I never skip that. And that's probably why I keep seeing it, because I never skip it. But I'll rewatch that scene because it's just so good. The dialogue, the action, it's so cool.
Did you see that when somebody?
You're gonna say the same thing, right?
Yeah, the lightsaber fight between the two of them, and they put the lightsaber. Oh my god, it's great.
Yeah.
I saw they did that with Bruce Lee as well when I made his
But that doesn't work that much though, because it's like he's gotta hold them a certain
You're
way.
overthinking it, Gaz. Don't worry about it. It's
awesome.
just if
Awesome.
anyone can figure it out, it's Bruce Lee. He would be able to figure out how to use lightsaber nunchucks.
Then that would be my weapon of choice. It would be Bruce Lee's nunchucks, and I turn into Bruce Lee.
Perfect.
Bruce Lee actually appears in the RonCon recap video.
Speaking of Bruce Lee, how about Night Force Quick Kick? New and improved now with boots.
Yeah.
Right? That'll put you in the snow.
Some military issued boots.
Good. I wonder if his kick is still as quick.
Sergeant Slaughter should have said something in the movie about Quick Kick or in the series. Put some shoes on.
Yeah. Where are your shoes, maggot? And why introduce him in the snow while he's wearing that?
He's in the middle of the. He's in the middle of the
movie set. It was a movie set, wasn't it?
They just left me here.
Yeah.
So you got a lawsuit against these guys because they left you there to die.
I think he does a John Wayne impression in that movie as well.
Does too, yeah.
He does a lot of impressions in that.
I can't do a very good John Wayne. John Wayne could do a great John Wayne, but I'm no good at it. So we were talking about RonCon. We got sidetracked. which is exactly what shoot the shit is. We always get sidetracked. I do want to say we might, because I have a feeling that it's going to be on a tangent. So I just talked about the road trip from Canada to America real quick, because there's a ghost story that I wanted to tell Gaz.
Ooh.
You guys can listen if you want.
The third location we visited, right?
Oh my God,
flea
the
market?
slaughterhouse.
Oh my God,
The literal slaughterhouse.
there.
Yeah.
That place also, that's the one that had all the adult books in it, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So Adam mentioned this on his last live stream, but Adam and I were having a conversation about the many adult books that were in this place, and we hear behind us, "Oh, I had this one," and we fully expected to turn around and see Ari holding up one of the Playboy magazines, but it was a toy or something else. You know, it was filled with toys and porno. So you know, not a bad place to bring your kids, but a little bit iffy. But so we were going through on our road trip. We were going through small towns, and one of them was, I can't remember the name. Do you remember the name of the town, Gaz? It was the home of the Mothman.
I don't know, but I can find out.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
What is it?
So
I think
That's a state.
I know, but it's in Pennsylvania,
Oh, okay.
I believe.
So we're going through. They had the museum. They had a museum for this
It's
other ghost.
It's Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
I'm wrong.
West Virginia.
Mountain. So we're going through West Virginia. They had all of these different. There was this alien thing that had come to that town. There was Mothman. There was Bigfoot. They had all of these museums for it. But we're driving in at night, and it was almost as if we went through a wall from reality into supernatural, because the fog just hit us like a big wall. Mm-hmm. So we start going through this fog, and we start talking about, just to really get ourselves all worked up. We start talking about all the lore and mythology of this town that we're going to, freaking ourselves out at night, looking for bright lights in the distance. You know, the eyes of the Mothman.
Red eyes, yeah.
Yeah, right. So, scary stuff. So we're driving through the fog at night. We get to the town. The town is dead as. There's no cars on the road. There's and now we make jokes that Adam's GPS is no good, but I will tell you, the hotel that we were staying at was impossible to get to. Any different road that it told us to go to was the wrong way. It was almost as if they didn't want people to even go there.
No.
But we ended up finding.
That's what the whole Mothman thing is. He screws at your GPS compass, messes with you.
Well, it never recovered. It never recovered. So we go through this town. We're going through the fog. We're trying to go and find where was Mothman from Virginia? Probably not originally. He's probably from some other netherworld.
That's the home of the legend. So now, what are they? Pleasant Point, West Virginia.
So we're driving through, and we finally, after going through so many wrong turns and dead ends and single roads, we finally find the hotel up on the hill, engulfed in smoke and smog and fog and mist and all of them together, right? You could differentiate which was which. But anyway, so it was almost a bit like The Shining. We finally find this winding road that leads us up there, and it had a sense of dread to it. And we finally get to the hotel park, and we make our way through the double doors. And inside are taxidermy animals, bears, giant bear taxidermy. I thought was pretty cool. We get our key to go to our hotel. This is an older style looking hotel. It looks exactly like you would expect a horror movie to be. We get to our room, and we try to turn on the lights, and the lights just won't work. Right? The rest of the lights down the hall are working. The elevators are all working. Everything, power is on, but not in this specific room. So we go down to the front desk. We say, hey, the power's not working in our room. And they go, that's weird, because none of the breakers are off, and if the power wasn't there, there would be no power to that floor at all. It's just that room. Oh. So they said, we can give you another room, or we can try and fix it. And we're like, we'll get another room, please. I'm not. So
You can live with the
there was
ghost.
so there was a weird sensation when we were walking into that room, right? And it was you could feel a bit uneasy. I was like, you just scared yourself with all these stories. You want to turn the lights on. The lights aren't working. So we go to grab our bags out of that room, and I'm like, I'm just going to hold the door open. You guys bring the bags out. There was no way I was going back into that room.
Send the kids in.
Yeah. The kids were still in there. So the power points weren't working either, right? So if you've got no lights, right, you can always put it down to, well, you've taken the card with you or whatever, so the lights don't work. But none of the power was working. The power points weren't working. Obviously light switching, but nothing that required power was working in that just one room. But yeah, I was like, there was no way I was going back in there. The second room, which was just down the hall, was the power was working there. Everything was fine. We put ourselves in. But even the next day, walking past that room again to go to breakfast, I was just like, ugh, I feel creepy. I feel uneasy.
Yeah,
and
like
creepy.
chills.
Yeah, they were multiplying.
Ooh.
Oh, true. You know what, Nate? That's a good point. We would have been safer. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Dang it. We
You know
missed out.
what? Telling that story, I think we need to do a follow up to our mythical creatures episode. You know,
Because I did get some photos from there. So maybe on another episode I'll take some of the photos that we took.
How did the hotel look that you stayed in? What did it like? Was it like an old style from the outside?
Yeah, it was an older style. It literally felt like something out of The Shining, where it was that sort of. It'd probably been around forever.
Right.
It definitely felt it was better than the Marriott. I'll give you that. The Marriott was just, that whole town seemed a bit run down. But it was sort of like it existed in its own time, right? And you walk into that time. Right. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if there was a photo of me on the wall from decades ago, right? It was,
You're glad.
The service was great there. You know, the people were friendly. We didn't see anyone else until breakfast, and then there were like 3 or 4 other people there. Any twins on the... No, but I stopped looking hard for things, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't staring in any good direction to try and catch anything. Just like quick glances around. It was not a good night's sleep.
I wouldn't have been able to sleep at all. I'd been paranoid.
I'm still in the car. I don't know where the hell you guys are.
Apparently you drove into Silent Hill.
Creak, any knock?
Yeah, we may have. I listened out for it.
I'd have been like freaking out.
Yeah, I love horror movies. I love horror stories. I love being scared, but I like being safe, right? I don't want to be in any situation where I'm in any danger.
I just don't want to be in it.
Yeah. Keep it in the movies.
That's funny that you mentioned it. Now that I'm thinking about it, we drive down all the time to Florida, like, you know, that's why I couldn't go with you guys. But because we were going like a few weeks later. But now we usually go in the summer, but we used to go in the winter when the kids were like really much smaller, right before COVID. And we were driving through Virginia as well, West Virginia, and there was a huge snowstorm. And there's no hotels in that area. Like, there's nowhere to stop. Like it's like that area in the mountains. Just you just get lucky, or you have to like stop before, whatever.
Right.
So I couldn't drive anywhere. It was that bad. It was at night. It was a crazy snowstorm, and so we found like this one. I forget what it's called. My wife would remember. But anyways, so we went to it, and it was like a huge resort hotel, but nobody was there. And it looked like the Shining type hotel, right? Where
I think they all must do in that area.
For sure. And we have to go down this winding road. Imagine we stayed at the same hotel.
It might have been. Do you remember what it was called?
But it was the weirdest thing. And like the whole place was open and whatever, but nobody was there except this like caretaker guy who was like so happy to see us. He was like giving us cookies and like,
are you guys real?
Yeah. Wait, are you real?
That's it. Look at guys. RonCon125 next year at that hotel.
Yes.
That hotel.
That'd be crazy.
Well, that's
8
that
entered,
will be.
only 7.
Could you imagine that? Like 20 people just show up.
They've never had so many people.
Actually, that if we ever did a real convention, that's where we should do it.
Ron,
You know what? That would be brilliant. That would actually be brilliant.
We'll rent that room. We'll all pitch in and just rent that room, and then we'll throw a little like what do you call it? A little contest. Whoever wins that contest has to stay in that room.
Ooh, true.
Can you imagine it totally revitalizes the whole town, right? Like RonCon becomes like, you know.
Look, I'm all for it. We could do streams that are monster and alien and creature feature based. I'm ready to go. So when we do RonCon/Joefest again, we will be traveling the same route back into Augusta. So that will be the same place that we will stay at. So, you know, open invite to all the RonCon attendees to come for the road trip and head down to. So, first of all, I think you guys would really super duper like super duper. I don't say I said it now. I never say super duper. You guys would really fucking love Joefest. Anyway, and the road trip, the trip's where it's at. But I reckon what we would do is hire a bus and have enough space for everyone to be comfortable in a bus. It's a 2-day trip.
Crazy.
Yeah, do it Muppet style.
Moving right along.
Mm-hmm. Could I ask you something, guys? Whoever does the shirt for next year, you've got to put super duper on it.
Yeah.
Super duper.
RonCon125.
Super duper.
I'm taking
It's
notes
super
right
duper.
It's a super duper time.
Super duper spectacular sequel.
Yeah.
Dang it. You guys stop it. Yeah, look, we'll bring a mascot. We'll bring a Slimer along with us.
Could you just
imagine,
could you just imagine this like video of us doing like this video at night? Everything lights up, and we're going up to that room. We got Wes. We have Wes and Andy behind the camera. we're like, what is that? What is that Discovery? That adventure show where the guy goes to places, and then like shut the cameras down low, and they're like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
As we
Ghost
open
hunters.
the door,
We'll get some EMF detectors, a couple infrared light ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I'll be huddled up.
Yeah.
just hearing this loud screeching. Turn the camera around. I'm like, I'm holding on to Zazel.
It's
It's like Scooby Doo, and we just scamper off.
Yeah, you're like hanging on to him, like you're wrapped around him, and he's holding you.
We'll have Corey with his sword. It's like, what's going on?
Corey, you going first?
Corey, you
All right, well, I'm solid. We'll call ourselves the Super Dupers. Nate, you're invited too, buddy. Get on in here. We're all invited. Everyone's invited. We're going to Muppet style it across Niagara Falls, which was actually really great. I think because we got to drive past the falls to go through the what are they calling it again?
The border.
The border. Thanks, buddy. Cheers. Sorry, I'm all kerfuffled now because of the ghost stuff. I'm spooked. But we get to go past Niagara Falls, which I didn't realize how close to the falls we were going to get to go across the border, which I thought was pretty cool. Now we get to the border, and obviously there's a lot of talk out there about people getting denied at the border, at airports and so forth. And so there was some paranoia there. Part of that is also why Gaz didn't want to risk going just in case, which is a legitimate fear and a legitimate reason not to do something, is if you don't feel like you can do it safely or adequately, or there should be no reason why anything should be more scary than it has to be. And I'm just trying to talk myself down from being scared of all those ghosts and stuff now. But anyway, so we get there, and we're talking to a guy that was a G.I. Joe fan, right, at the border. He's like, people call me Snake Eyes around here. And so we're in the car, and he goes, people call me Snake Eyes around here. And he pulls out his knife while we're in the car. And Adam's like, those cars behind us are going to get pretty freaked out after seeing that.
Wait, this was the border guard that did this?
Yeah, the border guard. Yeah. Because we were saying we were going to Joe fans. He's like, I love G.I. Joe. And he started talking about all the different types of G.I. Joe that he was into. But then he's like, all right, so you guys are, me and my son, because we're from Australia. He goes, you guys have got to go upstairs. I'm just going to send your passports up there. You just got to, he goes, it's all fine. You just got to get a stamp and then you'll be on your way. It's like, all right, cool. But my son's still freaking out a little bit. He's like, is it going to be okay? I said, yeah, the same thing would happen at the airport. You go to the airport, they fingerprint you, and they check your passport and they ask you some questions. It's just like normal stuff. So we get to we sit down in this big waiting room, and there's a lot of people in the waiting room. So we expect that we're going to be there a while, but we were actually the next people that were called in. I was like, okay, well that's cool. And he starts trying to say my name, and he goes, Zagul, whatever. I can't remember what he said. He goes, is that how am I saying it? I said, he goes, is it? He said it wrong. Is it this? I said, yeah, if you're saying it wrong. And my son's just like, shut up. So we get in there, and he asks us where we're going and what we're doing. And he goes, where are you staying? And I said we were staying in South Carolina. And he goes, and my son goes, no, we're not. I was like, oh, wait, no, we're not. We're staying in Augusta, Georgia. And he's like, oh, my God, you're going to get us kicked out. But it was all good. We got fingerprinted, which is nothing new for me. As a rabble-rouser as I am, I've been fingerprinted a lot. Not true. You only ever have to get fingerprinted once. But I got fingerprinted, answered the questions while I was going to be there, and then we were on our way. And then we crossed the border, and then we were on our way into the USA. We were in there. We made it. But my phone, when it was sort of like in between whether we were in America and Canada, it was just spacking out. Like it could not decide whether or not it was going to work for me. And I thought, oh great, I'm going to spend the rest of my trip without being able to contact anyone by phone. Yeah, I should have said that. Should have called it International Heroes. Yeah, we're going to the International Heroes Joefest. Dividable triple T tank. You know what? That'd be cool. But we made it through, and then it's like it's chalk and cheese. Canada and the USA, like you can tell when you're in either spot, even just at the border, right? There's nothing alike between either side of maybe for you guys it's less so because you live there, maybe but for me as an outsider, being in Canada and then being in the USA, it was almost like a border that we just crossed into a whole new land. I know that sounds a bit silly, but
the look of the like what?
Yeah, the town. I don't know what the town was called. Probably it's just called Niagara Falls. I don't know. But whatever town is on the USA side, right at the border.
You probably drove by Buffalo, no?
Niagara
Buffalo
Falls
has like a mini New York kind of old kind of building look to it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You just don't have in Canada. Like,
well, it was exactly.
I find that for me, once you see that kind of city, that's like a U.S. city.
Definitely had a different style to it.
Yeah.
And all of those houses were as you went further in, it was like those typical USA homes, family homes that you see on TV.
Right.
At least that's how I was looking at it. And then we're right on the river for a little bit too, which was nice. But then we thought RonCon, once we got to Joefest, RonCon would be over and that we would go transition into Joefest, but we still had one more RonCon mission, and that was to collect Gazz. Gazz had some... You know what, Gazz? I'll let you tell the story of what happened to your end.
It's not too exciting. I was to fly out Thursday afternoon and land in Augusta at like 9:30 at night. Right, I was going to be in Augusta. Well, it's 8 o'clock. We're sitting on the tarmac. 2 hours turned to be 3 hours. They put us back into the terminal. The flight behind mine that was going to the same destination had been canceled. We're like, I'm texting you guys, dude. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get there because they might cancel the flight completely, and everything's booked because all the people are booking all the flights. It's chaos. It was chaos, and luckily my flight wasn't canceled. It left at 9:30. I think it was around 9:30, and I already missed my connector. The only connector that I could get was at 1:30 the next day in the afternoon, right, to get to Augusta. So I wouldn't show up to Augusta till 6 o'clock, about 6 o'clock p.m. on Friday, and Joefest would already started, right? So I land in DC because I was Providence to DC to Augusta, and the first thing I do is I go up to this help desk because that's where they told me to go to see if I can get an updated flight, right? They put me on like a waiting list for the first available flight, which is at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So now I'm in DC, Reagan International Airport at 11:30, and I've got like 6 hours to wait. And I'm like, what do I do? I'm looking around, I see people off in the corner, like they've gone off on their own, like to go sleep in the corner. And I'm like, I can't sleep here. I'll be too paranoid. So I'm just wandering the airport for like 6 hours, just walking back and forth. So finally I get there, and then I'm in where did I land? In Charlotte, right?
Charlotte.
The first
which
flight
was
out was to
North
Charlotte.
Carolina, right?
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Which wasn't my destination, but because my two best buddies, Adam and Zazel, like, we'll come get you. I'm like, all right. So I don't even know if I'm on the flight. And these guys are like text me at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we're on our way. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm on the flight yet.
Wow.
We were so confident that you were going to make it.
He's getting
We got up at, I think the sun hadn't even come up yet. I think it's a 3-hour drive to get to Charlotte. So I think we hadn't even quite woken up properly, right? But we're like, all right, we're getting in the car. We're going to drive a vehicle for 3 hours. We're not even awake. Let's go. Pick up Gazz so that he can come to Joefest and not miss day one, which was important that he doesn't. You already had enough issues trying to even get to Joefest. We didn't want to add any more to it. We're like, we're definitely going to go get him. It was a mission impossible almost, but we made it. And then it was a fun 3-hour drive back. I nodded off a couple of times in the back seat, just tried not to fall asleep. But I was just like every so often, and they're like, "You all right back there?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Good story.
But it was a successful pickup, a 6-hour round trip to pick up our buddy Gazz, which we lumped into our RonCon adventures before kicking off Joefest. Which I did get to see Sarge again, and I got another. This is the pin. This is not a pin. This is the challenge coin you get when you are able to survive a Cobra Clutch from the Sarge.
Wait, he gives those out?
Yeah, he does.
If you survive, awesome. So you go to his booth, and if you get a Cobra Clutch, you get a Cobra Clutch coin to go with it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It says proud member of the Cobra Clutch Club, and I'm now how many have I had now? I think I'm up to 5 or 6 Cobra Clutches.
Does he switch them up like every time? Has a new kind of design or no?
No. I mean, not yet. Do you want me to ask him?
Yeah.
So Ari says you need to mix up the design every year.
Well,
make it really.
And then Ari walks up. He's like, "Hi, I'm Ari."
Yeah. Come here, kid.
Come here. New coin, eh?
What's wrong with this one, maggot?
I mentioned this earlier. What's it? Did I mention it to you, Zazel, or maybe it was Adam? About doing challenge coins for RonCon next year.
So Adam will probably hit me up and say, "Can you ask everyone what they think about challenge coins?" And then I'll send that to you, which was hilarious. So Ari, there was some backwards and forwards between Wes and Adam before RonCon.
Right.
And Wes goes to Adam, "Can you get everyone's shirt sizes?" So Adam messages me and says, "Can you get everyone's shirt sizes?" So I go back to Wes and I say, "Wes, what's your shirt size?" Wes was like, "Who asked you that, Adam?" So he delegated. Every time something would come to him, he'd delegate it to me without giving me any further information. Like, hey, if you had just said, "Hey, Wes wants the shirt sizes," cool. Yeah. I'll get him to Wes.
Yeah. He's doing it for me. So I'm trying to keep it all down low. Like, we're going to surprise everybody and do shirts for everybody, but I just need to get everybody's t-shirt size. And no one's really talking to me. Like, I'm like, well, I'll just kind of poke Adam because he lives close by.
All right.
I'm going to send that around the world.
Lilith, I think he would.
Yeah, he definitely would. So he's great with everyone of any age or limitations. He would just switch it up. So Space Commander is a brittle boy, and so he gave Space Commander a tentative Cobra Clutch when he visited the UK. So I think that he would be just as cautious with someone in a wheelchair, unless you say otherwise. Unless you say, throw me around, he might go, all right. You could dress up your wheelchair as a Triple T.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be real cool.
I would vote
I might kick you out of it, though.
Yep.
That would be rad. Hey, I got this. I don't know. I can't remember where. I think it was an eBay purchase. I can't remember who I bought it from, but I got
What was that?
this Sarge.
Ooh, oh, really?
Brazilian Sarge.
It's definitely. Well, I don't know. I haven't been able to pull his pants down to check, but it's definitely
That
an
hair
interesting.
That hair looks a little off.
Cisco Sarge.
Yeah, it's just the thong. Yeah, so I don't know how I got that. It must have been eBay, but I can't remember who it's supposed to be.
All that the Fifth Element Sarge right there. It's like Chris Tucker with a mustache.
Is that based off of the Sarge figure?
Could be, yeah.
Is that like supposed to be like a diving suit that he's wearing?
I think it's a Snake Eyes. I could be wrong.
Snake Eye Sarge.
Is it his body? Is that
No,
Snake
it doesn't
Eyes?
look like Snake Eyes' body. No.
Who was that then?
That looks like it could be. I don't know.
It's gonna be a little later, no? Because
No. That's Clutch. That's either not Clutch. It's Breaker. Isn't that Breaker or
Break.
like Hawk? Is that grenades on that chest?
Grenades on his chest?
Yeah.
No, just a no.
Yeah,
it's just a.
I think that's Breaker, isn't it? That's Breaker's chest. It looks
We
like a
know G.I.
roll-up
Joe, right?
sleeve. Looks like a roll-up sleeve.
Well, I mean, it could be a few different parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they could have.
Looks
It could be
Rock and
different
Roll's-
legs.
Looks like Rock and Roll's arms. Probably Breaker's chest, and then Stalker's waist, maybe, or. Okay.
Well, the head. So we also have a vote for Breaker. Breaker. But the head is modified to be a swivel instead of a ball joint.
That's cool.
'Cause-
I'm digging
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. It's Breaker, gentlemen. All right. I believe you. Knowing is half the battle, as Space Commander would say. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I got that from
Yeah.
Japan.
That's very cool.
Vipers.
Mm.
One of my favorite things, some of my favorite things I got was a couple of these bad boys, which
Yeah,
I
two.
forgot to get one signed.
That's why I gave you two.
Yeah, I forgot to get one signed. And one of the coolest things that I've ever been given is this bad boy.
Yeah,
Check
that guy.
it out one time, won't you?
Check it out one time, won't you?
The official mascot of the club.
So I think this was the last day of RonCon. Andy gave me this.
We just
And
Yep.
yeah. And I was so enamored by it that I sat in the car all the way to our next destination, just staring at it, going, "This is the coolest thing I've ever seen," and it's true. So cool.
Are you gonna keep it in the box or are you gonna open it?
I will probably. I wonder if I might do a little play motion where I get him to act out the check it out one time and do a voice over it,
That'd be
possibly.
Yeah.
I've also got a couple of these things, right? So I don't know if you've seen. This one's got
I've never seen them in the stores.
Seth Rollins is in this one. I got this one from Australia. I found this one in Canada. Comes with Brock Lesnar. These ones
Those are
I've
the-
not seen
What are
anywhere.
those called? What are those called?
This is the rebound ring for the Knuckle Crunchers line.
Yeah, the knuckle crunchers. I have not seen those in the stores.
So, trying to find a Mexican sergeant for my Mexican warthog. What's the name of the Mexican Sergeant Slaughter? I know Sergeant Slaughter on those different file. He has different file names. He can be Sergeant Driller. He can be Sargento Slaughter. He can be Sergeant Smasher.
El Sargento.
El Sargento. Yeah, there's a few different ones. Yeah. I just call him my best friend. But these knuckle crunchers are really good for the accessories that come with it, like the tables, the Joe scale tables and pallets and stuff like that. So I have a bunch. Videos? What's that?
You're going to use that for your shows?
This ring I'm going to use for the next episode.
Yeah.
It's going to be Ryu versus E Honda, and it's going to be an over-the-top rope match. So Ryu's going to try and get E Honda
over the top match.
Oh, I wonder who would win out of E Honda. E Honda's got huge arms. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Gravity too, right?
Say again.
Low center of gravity. They're going to have a hard.
Yeah, true. Exactly. Hey, Johnny. So Target in Australia are the only ones that have the knuckle crunchers. I believe I found this fella at Walmart. Ooh. That might have been a Walmart pickup. But I like him.
Speaking of knuckle, what are they called? Knuckle crunchers?
Knuckle crunchers. Your kids would love them. If your kids are into wrestling, they are so much fun.
They just showed them some wrestling stuff for the first time, and they went crazy for it. They were like, they thought it was because I wanted to show them Sergeant Slaughter.
Right.
So now they're like totally into it.
They did the memorial thing for Sarge on SmackDown
for Hogan
Friday. Yeah. Oh, sorry, for Hogan. I'm sorry, for Hogan.
Yeah, Sarge.
And Sarge was right there, center. It's pretty cool.
But
cheek it out one time.
The knuckle cruncher thing reminds me of. Do you guys remember when we were kids? There were these thumb wrestlers.
Yeah.
And I had Hulk, and I had a few of them, but I remember Hulk was one of them. I think probably Rowdy Piper was one.
Yeah.
I had Hulk Hogan and Nikolai Volkov.
Oh, nice.
Let me see.
Why am I invisible? I'm just going to turn my background off real quick. Ruin the illusion. 1 and 2. Let me just turn. Boo. Anyway, so these figures, they are actually really well. That they look like the characters they're supposed to be. Like the head sculpts might actually be scaled down versions of the actual ones that they do, like the 3D scan ones that they do for the modern wrestling figures. But you get all sorts of cool stuff with them, and I think the mat itself is really bouncy. So if you drop one of the wrestlers in it, it'll bounce against whatever you send it towards. It takes a little bit of finagling. But they call them knuckle crunchers because their articulation, when you move their arms and their legs, they make a little crack sound.
That's awesome.
But yeah, they've got a bunch of cool wrestling. Get the John Cena's obviously and Rey Mysterio's. But they just brought out the Undertaker, which Nate has been able to find for me and send to me. But I just wanted them for the accessories, really. But
I'll keep looking for them when I go into Target and Walmart, but I never see any.
But they'd be good fun for the kids. Like if you want to have a little fun wrestling match with the kids, I think these are they're affordable, they're unbreakable, they have great accessories for playing with, and the ring itself is also affordable and comes with a dude. If you can get a wrestling figure and a wrestling dude, a wrestling ring and a wrestling figure, that's great. That's a bargain. And this thing comes with I don't know whether you'll get this version or the other version, but you get a dude plus all of that stuff.
It's like a very 80s toy. Like that's what toys in the 80s were like, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good stuff. Like great bargains.
They'll do far less damage than the LJNs.
Right. Yeah. I've never owned an LJN. I like that. I've seen Phil's wrestling collection. He's got a great wrestling collection, and I know he's a fan of the LJNs. But I was more of the Hasbro sort of wrestling figures. But Phil loved the thumb wrestlers. I wonder, maybe Adam can make a 3D printed wheelchair for Joe's. I'm trying to think if there was a
I think Marvel had one, didn't they?
Well, it depends what scale of Joes you want. If you're talking about
for 3 3/4.
Yeah, I think there was one. I remember seeing one.
Marvel did one for the Professor X, but that's in the 6-inch scale.
Yeah,
6 inch.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It's a good question. I know they started making wheelchairs and stuff for Lego, so you can get prosthetic pieces. You can get wheelchairs, which I think is pretty cool to have that sort of
interesting. It's true.
inclusion.
They never made a Joe figure, right? And a character that was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, actually, that's what I'm thinking. Playmobil, thank you.
Playmobil might.
Oh yeah.
So you want a 1/18th scale? So 1/18th is the yeah.
Yeah, 3 3/4.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, check Play School. They'll probably have something.
Oh, it's too
Place
big
to check,
apparently.
like AliExpress and Temu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Always got
true.
Miniature
Right.
stuff, right?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what characters were in a wheelchair back in the 80s in that time frame. Like I don't
There
think
wasn't
Barbara
Transformers. Transformers had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
true,
like
Chip.
a
What's
girl.
his name? Chip. Was
Oh,
it
yeah.
Chip?
That's who I'm thinking of. I'm
Yeah.
thinking Chip. Yeah.
Yeah. They may have even included him in one of the masterpiece sets because I have some of the other ones, but it was tiny.
Yeah, I actually picked up
I could just look
Spike.
up 3 3/4 wheelchairs.
Yeah, I reckon Adam could probably make one. I think he's got the skills. I reckon even Nate could put his skills to it with a resin. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even put 2 pieces of Lego together. So
Yeah, you could.
I'm not very creative. But I think there might be because I'm trying to think who they could have done it for back in the day, other than Professor X, Chip. Barbara Gordon was the 90s. Was she in a wheelchair in the 90s or the 80s?
Oh yeah.
It would have been.
Yeah, but I didn't think they would have made a toy of that. Of Oracle.
No.
I don't think she was Oracle back then, right? Was she?
I was trying to think of opportunities that they could have done in that era. But I think Chip. I think if they continue with the Transformers crossover with G.I. Joe, they should start incorporating people like Spike and Spike Plug and Chip and all of those guys in O-ring form. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool, yeah.
Give us a Joe and like Dr. Arkeville to come with a Starscream,
Right.
And Dr. Mindbender. Put those. I'm thinking because Super 7 are bringing out Doc Brown in O-ring. It's like that wouldn't be too much of a stretch to say that's Dr. Arkeville.
That'd be cool.
Put a robotic dome on his head.
Well,
Yeah, they could totally do that.
There's a full circle moment. We were talking about those Origins figures with the Transformer armor. Let's go full circle and let's do what like more on the Hasbro side of things, and let's do crossover Transformers that are Motu vehicles that actually transform.
Oh yes.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will help Lilith, but it's called Lunbai Dollhouse Girl with Wheelchair, Modern Clothes and Trainers, 1/18th people. On eBay.
Let me just solo that for a second.
Right there, look at
Whoop.
it.
Hey, oh yeah, look at that.
Check that out.
Check it out one time.
And yeah, see if that helps you out.
Pretty
cool. I think it's a little
that.
expensive for that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's right. General Hulk was in a wheelchair.
Well, here's a better shot of the wheelchair.
All right.
Comes with a little person. Oh.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is cool.
There you go.
All right.
That's a little expensive for a wheelchair for a 1/18 thing. But then again, it's probably a Joe anyway, right there.
Well, there's stuff out there. Thank you, guys, for checking that one out for us. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all I've got to say about RonCon and Joefest. Then
Our story.
we skipped it over a little.
Oh,
But,
that's true. She lied to us.
Yes, she did.
That's a lie.
I mean, the meal was still awesome though. Teddy's on day 3.
Oh yeah.
And
You know what? Shout out to that lady. I've got it here actually. I took my I'm not used to American hospitality, and for the most part, they were a little bit up and down, right? No one was ever rude in the US, but there are certain bluntness that you can sometimes get depending on where you go. And I guess that's true for anywhere. But I never experienced any bluntness in Canada. Like, everyone was always like super happy, super chill. Except for when we went to this place, the lady that served us she seemed like maybe she had a long day or whatever. Yeah. But she definitely seemed like, I was like, oh man, is she angry at me? Specifically? Does she not like me? But I took my watch off, this one here. I took my watch off while we were eating, and when we left, I left it on the table. Right? And when we went to go get a group photo done at the giant statue of Battle Cat, which I thought was pretty cool, she comes over and says, is anyone missing a watch? I'm like, yes. And she brought it over to us, and she was quite jovial after that. But yeah, I thought for sure that she had it in for me. But no, she was nice. I don't know. Am I the only one who was I alone on that?
No, we all heard you.
I like to shout out our waitress at Joefest. Miss Brandon was really, what a trooper she was at our table.
She was. Gazz asked for grilled cheese and crayons, and he got it. He got it both times.
Kids menu.
Yeah, let's solo. This is he asked for a child's menu.
I asked for a grilled cheese and said, "Do you want me to bring you the children's menu?" I said, "Sure." So here it is.
If that's where the grilled cheese is, that's what I want.
And I got it laminated because I got an original Hans Chow.
Oh, very nice.
Right here. I got an original Hooded Cobra Commander right here. And a couple of losses of tic-tac-toe against Zazel.
That's awesome.
Once you know where to put the tic tacs, then you know where to toe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Start in the corner. Yeah. Start in the corner.
Some drunken tic-tac-toe.
I'm super duper good at tic-tac-toe.
I'll tell you
so are you?
Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say my favorite RonCon memory is at the Ron store, and listening to the conversation and looking at Adam and saying to him, or mouthing the words, "It's really happening."
Yeah.
It wasn't just a dream.
No.
So I think if you'll indulge me, I'll play a little video, and I think this will give us clarity in exactly what happened at the Ron store.
Yeah, we need that.
Okay, so what just happened at the Ron store?
Well, which story are we telling? We're telling the...
Did he call him Ron without us prompting it?
He did.
Did he say it a lot?
He said it at least 3 times, and he said the first time he said it, we didn't bite. We just let him carry on, but he circled back around to it to really let us know that he knew that the sergeant's real name was Ron.
Perfect.
So
after he established that he knew Ron very, very well, Zazel magicianed himself into the secret basement.
Well, before that, he showed me 2 signed Sergeant Slaughter items. Neither of those signatures were exactly the same. In fact, I would argue that they were completely different from each other.
Forgeries,
definitely forgeries, because they were not Sergeant Slaughter's signatures, but they weren't even the same 2 signatures on the 2 items.
And he said it's because he used different thicknesses of pens.
Yeah.
And then finally, Zazel.
Now, your parents will tell you never go into a basement with a stranger. However, on this occurrence, it actually paid off. Now, I didn't get any candy, which was a shame. But what I did get was a bag of Sergeant Slaughter's. Oh, RonCon Hall, baby!
It's massive.
Attention, Shane. This is Ron. This is Sergeant Slaughter from the WWE and G.I. Joe, the real American hero. Good to see you again. Ron, VIP. All right, good luck, and keep selling those Sergeant Slaughter figures. Yo, Joe!
Yo, Joe!
That's awesome.
I love the... Ron?
Looking at the landmark. The best part is like Shane.
Yeah. Calls him out by name. And then Adam sent that to Shane, and Shane, without missing a beat, comes back and says, "What a great guy." It's like, he still doesn't catch on that it's not...
That Ron, what an amazing
I'm
dude.
sure he made a point of going, but that's not my name.
Yeah.
Dude, that was Shane saying that too. Wait, Shane.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, oh my god, it's funny.
That basement was quite magical.
Oh, you were down.
Oh,
there.
dude. Yeah. So Andy was having a... So his name is Shane?
It's Sean.
Sean.
Which is the best part when he says,
"That's the joke." Right. Sean. So Sean was talking to Andy while I was looking at the Joes, and had asked Andy if he'd ever been downstairs before, and I can't recall if Andy had said that he had been downstairs or not before.
Nope, I had not.
He had not been down there. So he then turns to me and he goes, "Do you trust me enough to take you downstairs?" And I said, I didn't get this fat by not taking risks with strangers, right? Which was the candy remark I made in the video. I was like, yeah, take candy from a stranger. Yeah, you got to take a chance. Yeah, true, Phil. So we went down there, and it was like, I would say, as cool as that store is on upstairs, I would say that it is infinitely way cooler downstairs. And I was so distracted by everything that I saw, which I'll explain in a second, but I was so distracted by everything I saw, he had to keep reminding me to watch my head, because there was like lights that were down at head level, and I just kept turning around and walking around. He's like, "Just watch your head, watch your head now, hang on, watch your head." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, oops, sorry." But downstairs, after walking what was basically, I don't know how you felt, Andy, but I was not confident walking down those stairs.
Stairwell, it definitely had, Texas Chainsaw vibes. Lights are
right.
on, railing's gone.
Railing is long gone. The steps themselves felt like they're a little bit shorter than they should safely be. But that's part of it, Oh yeah, it's like the Wizard of Oz, where it's like all dark, and then the magic opens up, and it's all color. But on the wall, in alphabetical order, was every single G.I. Joe that you could think of, right? Now, I was not only getting excited for looking at all of these Joes, but I was excited for seeing little pieces of Joes that I'd never seen before, like antennas, microphones, attached to certain Joes, like the Worms and Heavy Metal. The hose I've never seen the hose from Deep Six. This one was attached to it. Like, I've seen it in pictures and stuff, but I've never seen one with my own eyes. It's just like that sort of stuff that you wouldn't expect to be wowed by. I was getting wowed by. But then looking through the walls, he's got Sergeant Slaughter in all 4 of the original O-rings in baggies attached to the wall. And they all are. It's like a library of Joes, all in baggies and ready to go. And apparently what he does is if he sells one upstairs, he comes down and brings another one up. So he's always got one in rotation. But he showed me all the Sarges he had in his bag, and I was like, "How much for the lot?" And he goes, "Ha, funny." And I was like, "No, really? Like, how much for all of these Sarges?" And he wouldn't give me all of them because he wanted to keep one of each, which is fair. And he made sure he kept the best ones, which is fine. I understand. But I ended up walking away with, I counted like 40-ish Sergeant Slaughters.
Wow.
43 maybe? And so he goes, "Have a think about how much you want to pay for this. I'm going to go and have a look and see how much what they're going for at the moment for sell price." And right then alarm bells were going off. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is going to be a little bit..." Like, I walked up out of this basement like with childlike excitement, and then very quickly realized, hang on a minute, this could cost me a lot. And then when we brought them over to the register and we were putting them all out so that I could have a look at each one, I saw him go to eBay and look at eBay selling prices. I was like, "That's scummy. Don't do that. Like, don't do it in front of me." So I was fully prepared in my mind to go, I don't want any of it. Right? I'm not going to pay eBay. If I want to do that, I'll just do that.
eBay.
Like, I can do that. I can do what you're doing right now, and I'll be paying the same price. But he goes, "How much do you feel comfortable?" He goes, "Don't worry about this. How much do you feel comfortable paying for it?" So I looked at each one and how much I thought that they were worth to me. Like, how much would I personally want to pay for something like this? Not, take away the excitement side. And then we ended up coming to. He took my first offer, which I thought was great because I didn't want to haggle, and I gave him what I thought I would realistically give a friend or whatever, like how much I would say, hey, I'll buy this collection off of you, and this is how much I'm willing to do. And he took that offer, and I was like, okay, cool, all right, I'm happy with that. And I'm glad that he didn't come back with well, how about, because I would have just been like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to haggle. But then when we got to Joefest, the first place we went to had a bucket. They had a bucket of Joes. And in these, they had like, not just one bucket, they had like, maybe 8 buckets. And within the first second of me being there, I saw a Sarge for, I think it was like $5. $5 or $10, I can't remember. Cheap as chips. Gold! I found gold! And I was like, well, I'm going to grab this one. And then in that same bucket, I found like 6 more of them for the same price. I was like, well, I'm getting all of these. And then by the end of that, once I started getting them for like $5 or $10, whenever I saw a Sarge at Joefest, I'd talk to the guy who was selling them if they were like $20 or whatever. I'd say, hey, will you take this much? Like how much I've already paid for them? And more often than not, they'd go, yeah, all right. Which I thought was great. I was like, oh, perfect. Or they'd maybe mark up a couple of bucks. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll do that. But this one guy, he had a ratty triple T Sarge that the paint wear was just ridiculous, and he wanted $25 for it. And on the first day, I said, will you take 10 for it? And knowing full well that $10 was way too much for this Sarge, right? But I reckon I must have gotten all the rest of them, except for the ones that Gazz and Hans got for me. But I reckon I must have gotten all the rest. And this one figure for $25, I was like, maybe I can get the last one I've ever seen at Joefest. And I'll give him $10, whatever. And he said no. And I was like, okay. On the last day of Joefest, that same Sarge was still sitting there for $25. And I'm like, will you take $10 for this? And he goes, no, they sell for $25 every day. And I went, well, this one's not. So it's definitely, that's not true. And then I passive-aggressively put it on the top of the pile, and I went, there you go, buddy. I'll put it right on top of here so people don't miss out on this bargain. And that was it. The only Sarge I couldn't get.
So next Joefest, he's going to go to the same dealer and be like,
same one.
I'll give you $10.
You wait, next year. Questions as, which ones go for more over there? Mail away or triple T? Mail away definitely goes for way more than the triple T. Mail away is definitely the most.
It's funny I hear you tell that story because I remember the one I got for you. I just see you looking at it, and I walk over and I'm like, hey, that's a nice Sarge. She's like, yeah, it really is. Now I'm thinking of now I hear that story. You're probably thinking about what a good price would be for that, and you're gonna offer the guy, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take that Sarge.
Yeah. I can't remember how much you paid for it, but I was thinking, I wonder if I could talk him down.
I think it was like
how much?
I think he was like 50.
Yeah, that's all right.
Is there any Sarge you're missing now?
Well, when I'm carrying around this guy, I mean, at some point, you got to accept that you have all of them, right?
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get to
the Sarge, the Sarges that I have over here.
Yeah. If
you're specific Sarges.
So I'm trying to get to 777 Sergeant Slaughters, right? And so I can't do that if I'm paying $50 a pop for them.
Right.
Thanks, Gaz. I appreciate it. One of my favorites. I also got a triple T from Hans, but I think the one that I have the least of, like I've got all the international variances too, and you can check out all of those on my playlist. I have a playlist of all the reviews I've done of all the different international variances. But the one that I have the least of is actually a mail away Sergeant Slaughter, but the chevrons on the boots are inverted. So it's just a slight color difference. But when I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of the same figure, and then all of a sudden I get the same one but a slightly different paint deco, I'm like, yes, this is exciting.
Right.
Yeah, I think I've bought them all from. Yeah, there was I stopped buying them on Facebook in the Australian groups. I stopped buying them from there because people were starting to go, oh, this guy again. Right, and I was like, all right, I'm going overboard here. I'll let other people try and get some. But I would always be there. Yep, I'll buy that. Yep, I'll buy that. But yeah, I think I started to give myself a bit of a negative.
Now? What number?
So I think by the end of Joefest and RonCon combined, I walked away with almost 100 Sergeant Slaughter figures.
Wow.
And I had probably just under 500 before that, which means I must be, by process of elimination, must be about 600 almost. So I only have to get, I've got to do a recount, I've got to do a new recount. The majority of my Sarge figures are at my brother's house, where he's storing them. So I'll go back there, I'll count them all up, and I don't include classified figures in the count, in the 777. These are just really cool bonus figures. Thanks to Gazz for getting me this. And that one too.
Do you count the mini Sarge in that one?
Yeah.
No. Could you imagine how much easier that would be?
Now he's got to get 777 of those classified Sarges.
Exactly. That'd be a whole different tally.
That's after you get the 3 3/4 ones, then you're going to switch to 6.
So I count any of the O-rings. So I include Super Cop. If you're not familiar with Super Cop, check that video out. I'm just going to plug myself here before I plug you guys. So I include Super Cop and any other international variant of Sergeant Slaughter, plus the 4 main O-rings that first came out, plus the 2006 release, which is mostly a gung-ho body with a new sculpted Sarge head. And I've decided to include the Sergeant Slaughter from the Cup set. So all of those are included. I haven't decided if this guy's part of it. I will let you know.
I think he should be.
All right. Well, Gaz says it should be, so it's in. That makes it 601. So I only need math.
176.
Thanks, buddy. Sergeant Spycore. Spycore is the only one that. Sergeant Spycore is the only version of Spycore I like. The rest are garbage. Sergeant Smallers. Get making them. Nate made me a really cool version of Sergeant Smaller.
That was great. Customs
have got to be a part of it. All right. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. So then I've got to figure out what happens if I get a Sarge after the 777.
That means you got to go to a new number.
So it's just reset, or do I just smash it with a hammer? Get out of here!
Just add another 777 to that 777.
No, then you have to get each version of Sarge 777 times.
All right, don't tell the wife.
All right, I'll start buying up all the Sarges I see that I come across.
Perfect.
When I go to my vintage shops, they usually have like 1 or 2 there.
Nice. Is that so you can start your own 777?
No, so to add to your new 777.
Oh, the new lot. Okay, well, all right. Thanks, buddy.
You know the first thing I bought at Joefest was?
What?
It was a triple T with a Sarge.
Nice.
I just walked around with it like this until I saw it. He just handed it to him and then walked away.
Wait, who bought that? Who was that? Was that for your collection?
No, I gave it to you. I bought it. The first thing the first thing I bought was a triple T.
I thought Hans got me the triple T with Sarge. I've got so many Sarges from all over the place.
He must have bought you another one. Probably had another one.
I've still got a lot of it in my suitcase.
Triple T somewhere in Georgia right now.
Now you got to get 777 triple Ts.
Oh.
It's 777 Warthog.
Well, thanks for the triple T. Yeah, I love the Warthog. The Warthog is, in my opinion, as much as I like the triple T, the Warthog is a superior vehicle all around. It is so good. Such a great vehicle. Anyway, so Ari, you've just come back from a trip to the USA. Some of that you can find on your channel. And you just did a video on, don't tell me, I just watched it, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And I know his name, don't remind me. It was...
You can do it.
I know this one. Why is the name escaping me? Tell me, what was your latest G.I. Joe review? It was Dial Tone. Yeah. Such a great looking toy too. Like it looks
one.
just enough like the original and gives it a bit more modern flair without going over the top.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put in the chat right now, I'm going to put your links in there, and I'll do Phantom Power Podcast too.
Thank you, my
So
friend.
if you guys haven't already checked these guys out, you should do it. Heroic Nonsense right here. I'll subscribe to it too while I'm here. Just kidding, I'm already subscribed.
You can just unsubscribe and do it again.
Alright, so we're going to go.
I didn't like that Megatron review. Delete. Subscribe.
Have you gotten any weird comments in your chats yet?
In mine, yeah. I got one that I thought was funny. Back when I first started, he said you have a weird accent.
Wow. So there is Heroic Nonsense. You should be able to click that link. Do it now. If you haven't already subscribed to Heroic Nonsense, click that link now. It's okay. We'll wait.
Check it out one time, won't you?
Check it out one time.
Don't
and let me grab
like Zazel did.
Yeah, just if you've lost one, I apologize.
The one that keeps leaving and coming back is you.
Oh
That's the worst when you're a small channel, right? You get so excited. I got a subscriber, and then next day, I lost two.
Lost it.
There's also Fandom Power Podcast. Check them out too. You guys do your live streams right as I'm about to leave for work.
I know it's awful living on the other side of the planet.
Oh, but it's a great. You guys are the most well produced podcast on YouTube, and I want you guys to remember us when you guys are 1 million subscribers deep. You guys,
are you kidding me? The algorithm tells us that nobody wants this long format stuff. They all want 30-second fly brain stuff.
I want you guys to remember us when you guys are doing like the ABC morning show.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So what I like about I'll just plug Heroic Nonsense real quick. What I like about your videos, Ari, is that you've got a certain style in your filters, the way you talk and the way you review, your excitement, the way you bring in how your kids feel about the toys as well. It's a multifaceted and entertaining review, but also encourages interaction because you show pictures of other scenes and stuff that might have been from movies or cartoons or whatever that they're a part of, and it really gets me head scratching, trying to figure out, like, I know this one, where do I know this one from? And so, I get
one. I was surprised you got it.
I did. Which one was it? Was it the alligator one?
The alligator, yeah, the Optimus alligator one, yeah.
That was a guess and a half, man. I was like, when has Prime been in? Yeah, but so they're great reviews. Your ability to transform a transformer without cursing is always an amazement. And you can tell that you legitimately are enjoying what you're doing. You enjoy the action figure and you explain why it's enjoyable. And it's not just a cookie cutter review of the toy. And I will watch a review on your channel of a toy I already have because I enjoy the way that you present it. So do make sure you go and check out Heroic Nonsense.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Not only is he a great reviewer, but he's a great friend. Thank you. And you fellas, Fandom Power Podcast, 2 out of 3 sitting with us right now. You guys, your Ewok walkthrough was I will say that was not only funny, but I mean, what an idea! What a wacky idea that is, and that sort of stuff.
Ewoks.
It was. I'd never seen someone with such commitment with you guys when you decide to go through an entire run of Ewok cartoons. Your talk through the years of which are called Back in Black for the Black series of Star Wars, which I'd hoped that I could have been a part of, but just the timing isn't right. Your ability to when you're doing your the Phantom Power podcast show, your ability to stay in touch right up to the minute, talking about things that are relevant in pop culture and in just the world in general that are relevant to it. And you add your games on top of that, whether it would be the lyrics or the what was the one where the Branny came into it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a second, I got it on the board here. It
Is
is
it a real world or
Lexicon.
not?
That's the one.
Yeah,
Lexicon.
That was my
Right,
favorite games.
Lexicon. So you know,
Lexicon
if,
will make a return at some point. It will come back.
Yes.
but the singing that goes with in your add some singing to it. And I can't thank you guys enough.
When we did
not only for
97 review, and it's like I want to use the theme song, but I don't want to get a strike for it.
yeah.
So I multi-tracked myself acapelling the X-Men theme. Just
that's the kind of effort that you put in, not because it's more of it felt like a passion piece, right? It's like it wasn't just a look what I could do, but it was like it felt for us watching it. It's like you had this great idea, you probably laughed to yourself about it, put it out there for us to enjoy. And so I appreciate you guys putting together the RonCon shirt.
That was awesome.
Think about me enough to throw this guy out there. You know, I'm not really a catchphrase guy. This guy stuck around, and to be given one of these as a gift because of that one catchphrase really made me chuckle. Made me feel warm inside too. And it's again like Ari, I feel like you guys are genuine, having fun with what you're doing. Invite people to participate, and it feels like you're hanging out with buddies, and I know that's true because we are buddies. So yeah, thanks again for you guys for even hanging out with us. And Gaz, you know I love you, buddy, and I'm looking forward to a time where we can run amok in the hotel. I'm not going to play it. Maybe on the next one with Gazz's. Maybe next time with Gazz's approval. We got a video of him and my son on one of those wheelie luggage. What are they called? The ones where you use in the hotel, and you put your luggage in it and you wheel it on. Those two charging forward into battle. You want to play? All right. Let me see if I can find it.
Luggage jousting. What are we doing here?
Yeah, like that. Where is it? Let's find it. With his blessing, I'm going to play it.
That's the best part of any hotel experience.
The hotel is great.
What, getting kicked out? You guys got to go.
Well, at least if you're on.
There was also this one.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Is that part of the horror run, or?
Yeah. Where is it? There's me getting strangled by the Sarge. I know I've got it here somewhere. Well, while we're waiting on me to find this video, do you guys want to plug what you got coming down the line?
We can talk about that for a second. Yeah. As well, every Tuesday night in the Eastern Time Zone, Andy and I are live. We are doing Random Fandom. That's our weekly entertainment news magazine show where the talk can be anything from film, television, toys.
Movie trivia.
There's always toys.
Toy segment.
Yeah, we do some trivia. We do right now we're doing misheard lyrics, which is kind of fun.
We do a little bit of history.
Yeah,
sprinkled in there as well.
And then on Sunday nights, because we don't have any properties that have really got our attention to focus on right yet, because there's a gap in Star Wars. Our last Star Wars review series was season 2 of Andor, so that's still relatively relevant.
Relatively fresh.
Is that relatively relevant?
Yeah.
But yeah, Back in Black series is kind of our focus right now, which I have to say, kudos to that guy over there, and our friend Adam over at Go Figure, who inspired me with their Can Or You Believe It series and None of Your Toy Business, which totally inspired me to go down the rabbit hole of Back in Black series. So that's what we're doing. I'm taking a break this week just because my brain is kind of mushy. But I am also presently working on, and this is something that we've been talking about for months. We talked about it at RonCon, and today I am now assembling the panel of all panels as we all get together to do the You're Stranded on a Deserted Island special.
Nice.
You're stranded on a deserted island special, and you can only have one thing to sustain you. But it's not just one thing. It's one thing amongst several categories of things. That's going to be a fun roundtable discussion. That's coming up probably at the end of September. So yeah, that's what's
looking
going on
forward to that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when's your RonCon?
Everybody here is going to be on that one too.
Nice. RonCon roundup video?
You're working on that one.
It's about halfway done. Really trying to make this one pop. So.
You had a camera in so many different places that I didn't even realize you were taking pictures and video until you would just message me with a side shot. It was like, when did you take that photo? like a sniper. Photo. And Ari, what have you got coming down the line?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming in I'm waiting for. So more G.I. Joe, more Transformers. I got my Rattler in.
Oh, nice. That's exciting.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm probably going to keep it until the Christmas holidays for the kids. So I think I might have to wait on that one.
That's going to be a tough one to hold on to.
Yeah, that's a long way.
Yeah. Just sitting there. And I got also Triptychon, which I think we're going to wait to open too. So
the reissue Triptychon.
The reissue one.
Yeah, nice.
So, but there's a ton coming out. Like I can't wait. There's a lot of good stuff. I gotta show you guys one day my closet, because what I do is I buy all this stuff for them, not for me, but for them too. But I give it to them when it's like
appropriate,
something like they've the
nice.
end of the year or this birthday, what. So I have a store in my closet of all like these toys that are all
cool.
sitting there. So I got to go through all those one day. But yeah, and I think I'm going to do a live thing one day soon. So I'm going to have you guys come for sure, join me on that. I just got to one day get to that. So
that'd be cool. What would you call a Heroic Nonsense podcast?
That's a good question. I haven't even got
talking nonsense.
I like it.
Nice. Gaz, I couldn't get the video to play on my phone, so I sent it to you on Messenger to see if it will play for you. I tried to hit it a couple of times. Maybe my phone needs an update. So it only goes for like 5 seconds, but it's hopefully it plays. Let me solo you. I guess it worked.
It's really small.
Well, that's what she said.
Here we go. Ready. Here we go. Oh, it's so bright. Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Hollywood. Luggage cart. I see it.
Yeah.
You can do
That's
it.
The button.
That's great.
Nice.
That's
George. So we went, like always, Gaz. We went off script. Didn't quite get a lot of the RonCon / Joefest chat in, but we would not have it any other way. And we appreciate you guests coming on and hanging out with us. I think next time, Gaz, what do we want to do? Do we want to do some more Monster Mash?
I think we should do another video about like those crazy creatures that scare us so and terrify us, but we love.
Yeah. I might actually put some slides in this time. So if I can get some photos of the Sasquatch that we found. Actually, I'll see if I can find some now, just real quick as a tease before we head off. I managed to find on 3 separate occasions a hairy, other than myself, a hairy being. So this was at the let me just turn the brightness down on my phone, maybe. I'm not that bright. Whoop. All right, how's my phone work again? Okay, so that was at the Sasquatch or Bigfoot Museum. So I found one hairy guy to match my energy. And then another one in the background there. And then lastly,
nice.
So all mythical
You found one in the wild on that last one,
right? And this was the alien creature. Oh, there he is. This is the alien creature museum. I don't know who this is. This isn't Mothman. Adam will be able to tell us.
That's one that Adam brought up. There's like the
Flatwoods Monster.
Yeah, that's it. Ooh, that's crazy.
So that's what we were talking. We were talking about the Flatwoods Monster on our way through, and they had this thing everywhere. It was a creepy town.
If I ever come across anything weird on my stealth camping journeys, I'll definitely pull you in, Zazel.
Nice. And how far away are we from you going on your first legitimate stealth camp?
I think this week I'm going to record it finally. So
nice.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm looking forward to that.
That's what we got to incorporate into RonCon next year. We got to do a stealth camp, all of us.
Could you imagine all of us trying to camp stealthily?
Keep quiet.
A few beers deep.
Like right off the road, like right behind a sign, and it's like, shh, there's somebody coming.
What are you talking about? We're gonna be taking wood sticks and knocking them against trees and trying to do Sasquatch calls.
Yeah.
They're about 50 beers in.
I think that episode might be called the stealth, not stealth camp.
Yeah. Failed attempt.
We were all stealthy until the first.
I like that TV show Searching for Bigfoot will be in the same woods. And
right, yeah. We just mess around with them. Ooh, Bigfoot. Oh, look at that. So that creature gets around. It's even made its way to Australian caves. There you go. And no, I haven't seen Fantastic Four. I can't see anything out here.
We saw it.
I'm going tomorrow morning.
I heard it was good in the end.
I guess I'll be going in 6 months.
What? What did you say? What?
Were you saying Wes?
Oh no, Andy said he liked it. I said I also liked it. It's not phase 1 good, but I said this today, of the last 3 Marvel movies, Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four, I would say that Fantastic Four is the best of the 3 of them.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Like I heard it's not like the most amazing thing ever, but that it's a good movie and that it's stuck to the kind of story and the characters and that retro feel. So
it's a solid Fantastic Four flick. Like they don't beat you over the head and tell you the origin again.
No.
Right.
Like, okay, you know it, hit the ground running.
Good.
So how many out of 4, how many Fantastics would you give it?
It's a 3 for sure.
Yeah, I'd give
for
it
sure
3.
It's a 3.
3 Fantastics.
Lila thinks it feels like a phase 1. That's good. That's good that you feel that.
It definitely has that. It doesn't. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. Yes, it does. It's still too early. More people need to see it before we can get right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm too far away from a cinema. I'll have to find a alternative source. Wait, how long until it gets onto Disney Plus? 6 months.
It depends on how long it lasts in the theater. I think if it doesn't last so long in the theater, then it'll probably be.
If COVID taught me one thing about that, I think the moratorium on theatrical releases, the window is something like 46 days.
Yeah.
So they can go to home media as early as 46 days.
But you're still paying for it at like
premium
rental,
price.
right?
Yeah. We just saw something just came out. Something just hit digital.
Happy Gilmore too.
No, but that was that's a streaming movie.
Yeah.
Something that was theatrically released. Just dropped, and it was like super early.
Megan 2.0.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah, 18 days.
Wow.
I think they
really
on Prime pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in seeing Megan 2.0.
I don't know. The first
I
trailer,
thought the first one was
and the second trailer, it's like, okay, so she's now, Spice Megan.
Yeah, they switched it up. I think that's what they did, right? Like,
now she's like the hero of this one.
What? No.
Yeah, because a bigger, badder Megan shows up.
So it's Terminator 2.
Basically.
Dang it. I like Terminator 2. Meganator 2. All right. Well, let's end it there. Thanks to everyone in the chat that watched along with us. And thanks to everyone that hung out. We will be back next time with maybe some creature feature spooky spectacular. We'll see. But do check out Fandom Power Podcast and check out Heroic Nonsense. Links are up here. I'll add them to the description later. But in that, we'll say goodbye and see you on the next one.